Welcome on in, guys. Welcome on in. All right, let's see what we got here. If you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. We're going to start taking guests here momentarily. Just hang out 1 second for me if you are in the box and you are a Trump supporter. All right, let's see here. Looks like we got somebody. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in on Friday. Hello, Erica. How are you?
Can you hear me okay?
You are coming in just fine.
Okay, yeah, I'm delightful. I decided I was going to come up today.
Well, that's good.
I have a Christmas attire on.
No, that's just wonderful. That's what we have always wanted.
What, me in Christmas attire?
Yeah. So we've got a guest. Just do adjust our camera on the tube real quick. Speaking of the tube, want to say thank you guys for getting us over 1,000 subscribers. We can do some special stuff over there. I was trying to get it set up for today's stream, but we need a little bit of verification before that can happen. So
verification.
So hopefully soon, but not today, unfortunately. But soon. So let's see what we got here. Indy,
Yeah, hello.
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
How old are you, and what state did you vote in?
34, Mississippi.
Okay. Would you like to talk about one of the subjects I have above, or something else that Donald Trump is doing right now?
Yeah, listen, Trump is Christian.
Trump is Christian? Okay.
Trump
Can
is
you describe
Christian.
all of the ways that he is a follower of Christ?
It's his reverence for Christ. It's not necessarily his life that he lived in the past. No, I mean, but here's the thing, right? We had King Henry VIII.
No. You
responsible
didn't have.
for it.
Excuse me. You didn't have King Henry VIII.
Well, as
King
a Christian. Well, I'm a Christian, man, and I'm Protestant.
Still didn't. You don't know anything about this because I know you don't know anything about this.
Okay, so what?
Stop talking. You're going.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
What's my point?
You
what's
don't
my
know.
Point?
You're going to say that King Henry VIII was the one that had started the Church of England and got us away from Catholicism.
You mean the Bank of England?
When actually, I do mean the Bank of England. When actually the person you're talking about is a guy called Martin Luther. And without Martin Luther, King Henry VIII, Protestantism wouldn't be a thing.
Hold on. But Henry VIII came after Martin Luther, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it'd be a step in the chain of events, correct?
Only in that he followed somebody else.
Well, a step in the chain of events. Exactly.
Out of interest,
it would be a step in the chain of events.
Out of interest, why did Henry VIII depart from the Catholic Church?
He got a few divorces. He wanted a few divorces.
Was it his devotion?
Yeah, exactly.
Was it his devotion?
Point. Well, it doesn't matter if it was his devotion. You're making a moral point. You're making a moral point, and I'm making a historical one. See, you're making a moral point. I'm making a historical one
What's your
to
historical
point to
point?
the. My historical point is imperfect people did good things. If you're a
What?
Protestant,
Sorry,
then
sorry.
that's your that.
What was good about it?
Well, leaving the Catholic Church.
Why
You,
was
you
that
already
good?
said
And
my
that was
point
good because
because it allowed for my brand of Protestantism, Christianity,
right. But
my brand.
if your brand of Protestantism had never been a thing, you'd just be a Catholic and you'd think that was great.
No, we don't. That's making a hypothetical point.
It's
We're
not.
not going to do hypotheticals here. Yes, you are. You're making an assumption. You're making a presumption about history. You're inserting your own opinion into history, and you're trying to make, well, this would have happened if this didn't happen. And you can't make that because you didn't even know what point I was going to make, and I'm right. Because we have Henry VIII, right, who did a good thing for Christianity. We can have Trump do a good thing for Christianity. I think they had the same amount of divorces.
You can't tell me apart from your own feelings though, like objectively, why that was a good thing.
Well, I
Give
said
me an
it's good for my
objective-
brand of Christianity.
But give me so you think it's a like it
And
why,
which is the
Matt,
founding of America.
Matt.
Most Americans are Protestant.
Yeah. No.
Quick
hold on.
quick
Yeah. Yes,
quick
Eric.
question,
Yeah.
Matt.
Thank you.
Can you think of any like objective reasons why the founding of Protestantism was a good thing?
Because it's the way, the
Objectively,
truth, and the
Hey,
light.
Bud.
Objectively, yeah.
Yeah, Bud. She was asking me a question. Just slow down.
Okay.
Objectively, no.
But now you're making moral points, though.
Dude,
You're making
dude,
like
we're-
moral.
we're-
No,
you-
nobody's
No.
making a moral point. We're making an objective, factual point.
Yeah.
No,
and-
you're not.
Hey,
No,
Bud,
you're
can
not.
Can I just stop you, dude? Like, you're trying to make the point that somehow that Donald Trump has like a reverence for Jesus Christ. This is not helping your case in any way, manner, shape, or form. Can I like? I'm trying to let me help you. This isn't
You're not
helping.
helping
This
me,
isn't
but
helping
go
you
ahead.
at all. Like, you none of this is like. Maybe you could show us. How about you show us where Donald Trump said his favorite Bible verse? Maybe you could show us that.
I don't
I'd
have
love
to.
to
You
hear
don't have
his
to
favorite
hear him
Bible
say that.
verse.
Wait.
We don't have to. I don't have to know him say that. I don't have to. He made a Bible. He had a Bible.
He had
At
a
one time.
Bible.
And he was
That
holding it up.
one time, the one that he was
And he
holding
was
up.
holding it up.
The
Yeah.
one that he was holding
And you
up
got-
upside down.
Nah. When he was holding the Bible up, and he was
The
like,
one
"Hey,
that
I
was
got this
upside
Bible."
down. The one
The
he was
Trump
holding.
Bible. He had the Trump Bible.
You mean he was holding up the Bible when he that one time when he was holding it up upside down and someone had to point him out that he was
I hold
holding
my
up someone-
Bible upside down sometimes too.
Out of interest,
This guy's-
would putting your own name on a Bible not be blasphemy?
No.
Sure would.
Yeah,
well, we
I
have
agree.
the King James version, and it
Um,
was the most popular version. And it's the version I use.
King James, by the way, bisexual man. Don't know if you're aware
Doesn't
of
matter
that, Indy.
if he. It doesn't look. You're making points. You're attacking what people's personal lives.
No.
And I'm talking about what they did.
Indy. I'm not attacking anybody's personal life. I've had multiple bisexual boyfriends. I love a
That's-
bisexual man, Indy.
Listen.
But Indy, shut up. I'm very into a
why you
bisexual.
gotta?
I'm very into a bisexual man. I'm not making a moral point.
Why you
I
gotta get
like
so rude?
bisexual men. Sorry?
Well, that's you. I don't. I look. We're not getting into my personal life. I'm not getting into your personal life.
I didn't say anything
No,
about
no.
your personal life,
No.
Indy. Why?
Whoa. I hear what you said. But what I'm saying is this. You're saying, okay, I'm talking. I made the point. MAGA. He said MAGA isn't Christian. I said MAGA is Christian. Trump is good Christian. He wasn't the best always, right? But for all have come short, fallen short of the glory of God. So you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, right? We can forgive Brother Trump
Indy, I have a question.
and accept him into the Christian diaspora.
Do you know, Indy? Do you know the parable of the sheep and the goats? Perchance?
Yeah. God says he's going
Okay.
to divide the sheep on one side, the goats on the other side.
And
Mm-hmm.
who and which are the good ones, the sheep or the goats? Which ones are going to go to heaven?
The sheep.
Right. And why does he say the goats are not going to go to heaven?
I don't know. You tell me. What is it?
because the sheep are the ones that when they saw a stranger in the street who needed something, they helped them out with it. They clothed them when they needed clothing. They fed them when they needed feeding. They gave them water when they were thirsty. They all that stuff. The goats are the Donald Trumps of the world who
Oh
say,
no, that's your opinion.
no, it's not.
No,
okay,
it is your opinion.
Okay, stop. No, it's not. It's objectively not my opinion.
It is your opinion. You're making moral judgments. You make a lot of judgments and opinion points that you try to say pass off as facts.
Sorry. What? So basically, your argument here is it doesn't matter about anybody's morals as long as they say God is good. And I just want to tell you that the Bible says the opposite of that.
No. Here's the thing, right? We believe, and I haven't spoken to Trump personally. I don't know. I haven't talked to him, about theology before. But from what
I think
I've
that
seen,
would be a hard conversation, Indy. I don't
no,
think
I
you'd
don't
have
think
a
it
lot
would
to
be a
say.
hard conversation. I think it would be a productive conversation, right? And especially since knowing that I know the insides and outs tenets of my religion, and you clearly do not, because you're making moral judgments and condemning people and holding people to standards.
I'm not. No, Indy. I'm
Yes.
not. No. Stop. I am not holding anybody to a standard. The book you follow is holding people to a standard. And I'm sorry, don't talk. I'm sorry that I am more Christian than most Christians because I follow more of the.
It's an opinion.
It's not personal opinion.
It's an opinion. You're saying you're more Christian than most Christians. That may be true. That's not
true.
hard to do.
It is
true. Look, you may be right. I'll extend an olive branch. I'm going to extend an olive branch here and say, you may be more Christian. You may be a righteous woman, right? I don't know you personally. But here's the thing, right? I hear what you're saying. And this is a relative point, right? This is an opinion point. This is a Rorschach test. And if I say I'm Christian and Trump is Christian, then he's Christian. And you can't really say he's not. That's your opinion. It's a Rorschach test.
Hold on. Time out. Stop. A Rorschach test, that's not what that is.
It is a Rorschach test. Yeah, it is. MAGA isn't Christian. You don't think that's a Rorschach test? If you think he's Christian, what if I think he's Christian? What if I disagree?
Holy shit, dude. Have you ever seen a Rorschach test before?
Yeah, it's subjective. It's like blots on a paper.
Yeah,
do you see a skull or do you see a rabbit?
Yeah, it's ink blots.
Yeah, I'm talking metaphorically. Metaphorically.
It's not a metaphor. Holy shit. Hi, Doug. How are
allegorically.
you?
Know
it's
what
not
I'm
an
saying.
Allegory
You know the word,
it's not.
whatever.
Jesus Christ,
simile.
Dude.
Something.
A simile uses like or as. Jesus Christ, did you pass fucking English? God damn, dude.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't, because you're not making any sense.
I said
but
it's like a
I want you to. Here's
test.
what I want you to do.
I'm making
no, I'm going to
perfect
make
sense.
this real. No, you're not. I'm going to make this real fucking
Yes, I
easy
am.
for you, bro. What's that?
It's making perfect sense.
You're really not.
Yes, I am. You just gotta be dense. You gotta be dense.
Yeah, okay, you've got to be. You've got to be a
show.
fucking moron to understand what you're saying. I get it. So
You
you have to
don't.
suspend. You have to suspend your disbelief and be an idiot and not actually understand what you're saying. Opinion. Yeah, sure, bud.
Opinion.
Here, I'm going to make it real
These are
simple
not
for you.
facts.
No, hold on.
everything-
I'm going to make this real simple for you because we've got to skip this bullshit because this is tiresome. I've muted you because I'm going to ask you one question and one question only, and you're going to respond to it. I want you to detail the things that Donald Trump does specifically. That's it. I want you to detail the things that Donald Trump does specifically. What? Are you kidding me? 10 minutes? Come on. People are reporting. That's fun. I want you to detail specifically what Donald Trump does that is in the vein of Matthew 25:31-46, like Erica was just talking about, the sheep and the goats. All right? So come off mute and tell us what those things are. That's the easiest indicator of what someone being Christ-like is. Go.
All right, look, we got the $2,000 tariff checks coming, right?
No. That's
Yeah,
time out.
let me
Stop.
keep going.
No. I'm going to stop you right there because everything that you say that doesn't fall into that, I'm going to stop you. Why are you laughing? Number one. Number one.
Hold on.
Number one. No. I'm going to stop you again. Number one, there is no such thing as the $2,000 tariff checks. $2,000 tariff checks aren't coming. That would take an act of Congress, and there is no such thing happening. So that's number one. Number two, if there were $2,000 tariff checks coming, that's not an act of charity on behalf of the President of the United States. That would be the United States government giving our money back to us. So no, that's not a Christian act of charity. Try again. If the $2,000, shut the fuck up. If Donald Trump were to give every American $2,000 of his own money, that would be an act of Christian charity. So try again.
Look, and then he's going to Nigeria to help the Nigerians who are being
No, he's not.
massacred.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Cool.
Well, he
Prove
said
it.
he was.
No, he's not.
Look,
Prove
Eric Prince said he wanted to go
Prove
over there.
it.
I don't know, but he
Prove
floated
it. Okay, well,
He
since you
floated
can't
it.
prove it, then we're not counting that one.
Okay, but that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a
so you
good
can't
one,
prove
though,
it.
but
All
it's
right.
hypothetical.
Nope, it's not.
Why
Wrong.
you gotta
You're
mute
0
me?
for
Look,
2.
I gave you.
You're 0 for 2. Try again.
I'm 2 for 2.
Nope,
Okay,
you're not.
but listen. Then he had the Bible.
I'm tired of this conversation, dude. You suck at this.
I'm great. I
Nope.
don't know what you're talking about.
You're
no,
0 for 2.
no. Look. Everybody who's listening to me, who's on my side, thinks I'm right.
Of course they do, because they're idiots.
No, that's an opinion. That's your opinion.
No, it's not an opinion. It's objective.
No, objectively you are.
No. You guys try to pass off
And
opinions
can
as
I
facts.
can I just point something out? Can I just
You're
point
mutilating
something
the
out?
word objective.
No, can I just point something out?
What you got?
You have constructed an argument in which you believe you can never be proven wrong because what you are saying is that in order for someone to be Christian, all they have to do is hold up a Bible and say they are Christian. Now, technically, I guess he could believe in God, but actually being Christian is about your acts, not about your words. And that is specifically set out in the Bible. It's about your acts.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, due to economic situations and everything, I think Trump's doing a good job. You know what I mean? And his actions are Christ-like. Now,
You're objectively wrong. Objectively wrong.
Man, but listen. Here's the thing. I hear what you're saying. You're saying I'm objectively wrong. All Christian monarchies have operated in a similar manner.
He's not a monarch. Is he?
That's an opinion. That's your opinion.
Oh, so you think
I'm
he's
entitled to my
so
opinion.
you're one of these people who thinks he's a king. By the way, interestingly, I was just watching a documentary about Charles I. Do you know anything about Charles I, Indy?
Is that the current president, current king,
No,
governor
that's
of
Charles.
Georgia?
No, what?
Of
That's
Britain?
Charles III is the current king. Charles I.
Oh, no, you mean the governor of Britain? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Not the
I got you.
governor of Britain, the
No,
monarch.
that's what he is. He's the governor.
The monarch.
Governor. But go ahead. I got you. Go ahead.
It's weird because Donald Trump calls him the king.
Nah, he's really just a governor.
Okay. So you just want to be objectively wrong again and again and
I'm
again,
not
correct?
objectively wrong. I'm right.
You are objectively wrong.
Nah. I hear what you're saying, but he's governor, just like the governor of Canada. You know what I'm
Matt,
saying?
this
The governor of
guy
Australia.
the guy at the top, is he
I don't
a
know.
not?
I'm done with that
I
guy.
can't deal with
I
that.
can't do that. Joe, are you a Trump supporter? Joe, you can unmute your microphone. Are you a Trump supporter? Hello, Joe. Are you there? I invited you to unmute your mic. Okay, we'll move on to someone else.
Is it? How long is this situation for?
It's just the 10-minute thing. I have no idea. That's the first time this 10-minute. It's just the 10-minute thing. It's just the 10-minute thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the person in the comments that said British monarchs don't govern, that is true.
Yeah.
They don't govern.
Dwayne, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 60, and I'm from Kentucky.
Okay. Would you like to discuss one of the subjects above or something else that Donald Trump
I
is
would.
doing right now?
I'd like to understand, my understanding from you guys is, it up here says the top, mega isn't Christian. I'd like to know what you mean by mega, because just because somebody votes for Trump don't make a mega, okay? First off.
It sure does.
So, no, it don't. What makes them?
Yes,
because hold on.
Hold on, bud. Time out. Just relax, man. We're just gonna have a
Go
conversation.
ahead. I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna listen. Go ahead.
All right. Donald Trump and his policies and his entire platform. What is it? What's Donald
You
Trump's
tell me.
platform?
You're talking. You're talking. I'm letting you talk. Go ahead.
I asked you a question, sir. There's no need to be weird about it. We're just having a conversation. What's the hat?
No, but when you
hold
lump
on.
people, hold on a minute.
Bro,
when you lump people into
why
saying
are you acting like
they
this?
ain't Christian,
Hey,
because
bud,
you're
now
calling
you're
people
pivoting. You're pivoting away from the question. I just asked you a simple question, sir. What is the slogan? What is Donald Trump's entire platform? What is his entire brand? What is it? It is make
America great again.
So when you vote for Donald Trump, sir, what are you voting for?
I'm voting for making America great
You're
again.
voting
like
for
it used to
MAGA,
be.
exactly. So the platform of MAGA, i.e. Donald Trump's platform, MAGA, is not Christian, sir. That's what I'm saying.
Who are you to say what's Christian and what ain't? What gives you that authority?
I didn't say that I have an authority. What I'm doing is I'm applying my own two eyeballs to what the Bible says is Christian and what Donald Trump and the Republicans are doing. Those two things don't match up, sir.
Let me explain to you what Christian is. Christian is
Oh,
somebody who
thank you
believes
so
in
much
Jesus
for
Christ.
explaining
Hold on,
what
hold on.
Christianity is. Oh my God, thank you so much for
I'm going to explain it to you since you don't understand
Oh, no, I don't.
what Christianity is about. You don't, because it's about Christ and it's about forgiving and it's about what he does. See, he's done more for people than you could probably ever done.
Dwayne, it would be forgiving your enemies and turning the other cheek, right?
Do what now?
So Jesus Christ would be the one. He said, "Turn the other cheek, forgive your enemies," right?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So is Donald Trump doing that with his enemies, or is he literally going on a revenge tour?
I don't see him going on a revenge tour yet at all, because
Did
I see
he
all the
indict
people right
James
now.
Comey?
Hold on.
Hey, bud,
hold on.
quiet now. Stop interrupting me when I ask you a question. Did he indict James Comey and Letitia James and is trying to indict Adam Schiff right now? Did he revoke Kamala Harris's security detail? Did he revoke as much of Joe Biden's security detail as he could? Did he revoke John Bolton's security detail and start investigating him? Did he go after every single person who spoke out against him? Even the representative from Texas, who he pardoned because he was a Democrat and he wouldn't switch parties after he pardoned him, he slammed him. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has done nothing but support him top to bottom because she disagreed with him on 2 issues, he dumped her completely. Sir, these are not the actions of a man who is Christ-like and is turning the other cheek and forgiving his enemies. Okay? I invite you to unmute and explain to me how that is acting in a Christ-like manner.
Because it's not. Because it's like what
Exactly,
you're
it's
saying.
not. There you
true.
go. You just
It's
said
not
it.
true.
Very good. It's
You're
not acting in a
true.
Christ-like
You're
manner.
not true.
What
You're not
did I
true.
just say wasn't true, sir?
Everything you said, everything that you said.
Dwayne, take a deep breath.
Jesus Christ.
Can you just give us an example?
You don't know Jesus
of
Christ.
one
Don't
of
use his name in. By the way you talking.
Jesus fucking
Dwayne.
Christ. I'll say Jesus fucking
There
Christ
you go.
any fucking
because
time
you
I
don't know
want.
him. Yeah, that's right. It shows you don't know nothing about him then. All you want to do is point fingers at people.
Not, Dwayne, can I read you something?
Read me. Y'all ain't gonna read me nothing, because all y'all want to sit here and talk about bad in people. That's all y'all want to talk about. Y'all don't want to talk about all the good. Y'all don't want to talk about all the good things that he's done for people that you.
I'm sorry. No, you're not going to monologue, and you need to take a deep breath and calm down, because we do not want like any aneurysms or anything like that. Just take a deep breath in through the nose, breathe out slowly through the mouth, and you will be just fine, sir. I was just going to, we were talking about earlier, Matthew 25:31-46. Are you familiar, Dwayne?
I don't think Dwayne knows how to unmute his own microphone. We might have to help him out with that.
I agree.
I invited you.
I know how to unmute my microphone.
Oh, okay.
Don't think that you're the smartest guy in this room, because you're not.
No, you're right. I'm the smartest guy in this room. Matt's aware
You're
of
not
that.
neither. Neither one of you are.
Well,
You're not
y'all wanna-
neither.
If you're going to
always
use
wanna
a
bring
double
up
negative in a
people's past.
sentence, man,
Y'all
I
always
mean,
want
this
to bring
is
up
not
people's
working out well
past.
for
See how
you.
you want to try to talk over somebody? You don't never want to let them talk. That's what y'all's problem is. You don't let it sink in. You're stupid.
Hey, man, listen, I'm just pointing out the fact that if you're going to use a double negative in a sentence, it doesn't bode well for your intelligence, sir.
Dwayne, seriously, go and have a glass of water. Come back and talk to us when
Why
you
don't y'all
calm
go
down.
have a glass of water? Because that's how stupid both of you are.
I don't need a glass of water. I have a can of
Both of y'all are
Avery.
stupid. Maybe you ought to have something stronger than a glass of water, because you're both of you guys are idiots.
Maybe you should have
Cool
something
story.
Idiots.
stronger
And
than
I mean idiots. Y'all are idiots. It don't get no better than what I can say.
Okay.
And anybody that listens to this platform is an idiot, and I don't even know why I'm even here discussing anything with you, because none of you guys can even hold a conversation and be
No, I'm
logical
actually-
about it, because you
I'm
think you're
concerned
perfect.
about his
Y'all are
health.
not perfect.
I'm actually concerned about Dwayne's health.
Yeah, Dwayne, you need to just chill, bud. Okay? Take a deep breath. I don't know why you're getting so upset. We're literally just asking some simple questions here, and you seem to be getting very upset for no reason. Erica and I are talking to you in a very calm manner. You're getting very upset. There are ways to defend your point and to talk without. You don't have to get this hyped. You don't have to get this mad. No one's attacking you personally. We're just saying that Donald Trump isn't acting in a Christian manner, because he's not. Everything that Jesus Christ prescribes in the Gospels, this man does differently. He does the opposite. That's all that we're saying. I understand that you can't accept that, and you're taking issue with it. Sorry. Now, I'm going to invite you one more time to come off mute, and if you can calm down and have a conversation with us, that would be great. Otherwise, we're going to need to move on to someone else, okay?
Go ahead.
All right. We've laid out a few things in the way that Donald Trump isn't acting like a Christian. Now, my friend Erica here pointed out, she wanted to know, are you familiar with Matthew 25:31-46, the parable of the
I'm
sheep and the
familiar
goats?
with the sheep and the goat. I'm familiar with what she's talking about.
Okay.
I'm not
All right,
greatly familiar with it.
It's okay,
But I'm familiar with it.
It's all right. No, I mean, you don't have to do. It's fine. Nobody, not asking you to know it. But it's the parable, the sheep and the goats, where Jesus himself talks about how people will be judged getting into heaven, right? And he talks about how those who do what you do for the least of those you do for me, and what you don't do for the least of those you don't do for me, and those are the people who will be cast into the lake of fire, and the what you do for the least of me, those are the ones who will gain entry into heaven. And he talks about specifically about taking care of the sick and feeding the poor, right? And he talks about doing all of those things, correct?
You think no? That's not what's going to get you into heaven.
That's
If that's what you're
literally
thinking,
what
you're wrong.
that's literally
No.
what Jesus Christ says.
That-
Those are
no, I'm
his
gonna tell you
own
what
words, sir.
Okay.
Okay, well then
His
why
own
don't you
words.
tell? Okay, and then I'll let you talk. Why don't you
Okay.
tell us what does Jesus say in? Here's what I'd like. Instead of your opinion, can you cite a gospel verse that Jesus says something contradictory to that.
It's not contradictory. He says, "For God so loved the world to give his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." So it's not what you do or how many things you do or what you do or how you do it. Okay? It's, do you accept his Son? Do you accept him as your Savior? Have you brought yourself to him? That's what saves you, not what
Okay.
you do, not how many people you help, not how many people you save. It ain't got nothing to do with it. It's what
Dwayne,
cross,
forgive me
what
for
he did
saying
on the
this.
cross.
Calm down. That sounds like the shittiest religion ever, because you don't have to be good. You don't have to do anything except believe. You can be the worst person who ever existed, and as long as you believe, then you're gonna. And that doesn't sit right with me. I can't believe that an omnibenevolent God, all loving and caring, would accept people into heaven who are just shitty people but say they believe. That's not okay.
I mean, Dwayne, using your logic, I mean, literally, Adolf, the mustache man, you're saying that he could have done all of the things that he did, and then in the bunker, he could have been like, I'm a believer, and had a true belief in Jesus Christ, and went to heaven? Is that right? Am I understanding you correctly, sir? I invited you to unmute again. I'm not sure if you're tracking with the mute button. I just want to understand if we're logically
Why don't you
consistent here.
hold on? Here's what I want to understand for logical for you guys. Do y'all know anything about
Sir, why aren't
Paul?
you answering the question? I'm checking
Do
your
you know
logic
anything about
here.
Paul? Because
Sir, why
I'm
aren't
trying
you
to think-
answering the question?
I'm trying to
Why
answer
are
your
you
logic.
dodging the question that I
Do
just
y'all know
asked
anything about
you?
Paul?
I know-
Paul
I know
killed
some
you.
stuff-
You know how many Christians?
I know
y'all
a lot.
know how many Christians Paul killed?
I know a lot
Listen
of
for a minute.
things about.
You
I know a lot
how many,
of things
How many
about.
Christians?
Oh, dude.
How many Christians? Do you think of all the 12 disciples that Jesus had? Do you think they were all perfect people? Huh?
Paul
Do you think they were all
Paul
Christians?
wasn't. Hang
Huh?
on. Paul from the Bible.
Huh?
Paul was not a disciple of Jesus. He lived
Who-
at a completely
who-
different time in history. He
He
was
was-
not a
he was a
disciple.
He never even
Who
met
was his
Jesus.
disciples?
He never
Huh?
even
There were
met
the-
Who was
Jesus.
it?
there were 12
Okay,
disciples.
but I'm asking
Paul
you.
was
I'm
not
asking
one of
y'all.
them.
Do y'all know about Paul? Do you think Paul went to hell because of everything that he done in his past? Do you think
Yes.
because all the Christians he had killed, and do you think he's in hell?
Probably.
Yes.
Boy, y'all are crazy. I'm out.
Okay, bud.
Okay,
You
cool,
can
Dwayne.
run
Bye.
away.
I'm out.
Bye, bud.
Nice
I'm
of you
out.
to pop in, Dwayne.
And by the
Stay
way,
for a crumpet
and
next time.
by the
I
way,
hope
Dwayne.
y'all wake up one day and realize what it's.
And by the way, Dwayne, I'm just going to mute because I'm not going to let you monologue here and say your bullshit because you didn't answer my question. And I'm going to let you stew on that, okay? And you can sit here quietly while I make you look like an idiot again. I want you to think about what I said. Under your logic, the mustache man who unalived upwards of 6 million people, under your logic, he could just turn around at the end of his life in the bunker and go, I believe. And then he, poof, gets to go to heaven. Dude, fuck off with that shit. I don't believe that for a fucking second. Even if God turned out to be real, if all of the things that you said turned out to be true and real, I still don't believe that God would operate that way. Faith without works is as dead as a body without breath. The Bible says that too. Okay? So, cherry pick all you want, Dwayne. But run away. There you go. Run away because you can't handle this conversation. Attaboy.
Can I just say hello to all the people listening on the Tube app? I'm sitting in the comments section. I love the YouTube comments because some of them just hate me so fucking much, and it makes me so happy.
Don't we just we love us some Tube. We love us some Tube comments, man. Those Our friends over on the tube are they're just not happy people a lot of the time. Also, but some of them are, though. I mean, to be fair, some of you guys are happy people.
Oh, there's a good mix.
Oh,
There's a
hello,
good mix
Frank.
of people in the comments on the tube.
Before we
Olive!
move on to our next, op, we say hi to our friend Olive. Hello, Olive. By the way,
I thought you were calling me an op.
no, I said before we move on. And by the way, before we do anything else, I need everyone to pop the follow button for our friend Olive, because as a lot of you guys know, Olive's original account got taken over, and so I need everyone to pop a follow, even if you thought you were following Olive, because you're probably not following this account. So make sure you hit the plus sign and follow our friend Olive. How are you doing, friend?
We're doing good. We just got off of Monica's live. Someone came in the comments and said inflation was at 200%. And then still confusion in the bio of everything that is going on right now.
Miss Maple Maca.
When I explain people where I grew up living in Detroit, the Ambassador Bridge was max 15 minutes. So apparently I am Maple MAGA now, even though I've, whatever. But I was coming up as well. Did you see the Oversight Committee found more photos from that man with the island?
I did, and unfortunately I have not had a chance to look at them yet. Yeah.
So there's a few, and I think everyone should make this very crystal clear. There is a photo with Bill Clinton with the man, and we've all been saying this since day one. I don't care who's on the fucking list; throw them all under the prison. If you want, have Bill and Trump share a cell together.
Oh,
I think that's fine.
100%. I think we all agree on that one for sure.
But I'll have to send you a photo in your Discord. There are Trump rubbers that they had. Is one of the images on the website.
I've got the New York Times pulled up right now. Hold on. Hold please.
There's a few interesting. So just to be fair too, and be cautious. There are some photos on there that might get you taken down.
Well, hopefully, I've got the New York Times website pulled up. I'm thinking that they've got certain things blacked out. And by the way, fuck Bill Clinton. If he's implicated in any way, manner, shape, or form in the way that we think he might be, fuck him. Lock him up. Throw away the key. And bury him under the jail. Don't care.
Also, that top right photo with the faces being covered.
This one here.
I think that's more than enough proof, because Trump supporters like, well, I want to see physical proof. There's more proof.
God damn. No. They weren't friends. No, absolutely not. How many photos do we need of them together partying, like literally right next to each other? Do we need for proof? I'll go grab the other photos.
Because PBS has they released an article as well. But again, there is one image that has some tools that are used sometimes in the bedroom that probably shouldn't be on TikTok. And again, there are Trump rubbers that they had.
TMI, Olive, and it's our friend Ari. It's a party up here. Look at that. Hi, Ari.
Off your boss too, but I'm just being weird today, so forgive me. They won't be satisfied unless they actually get a video.
I mean,
I
hate
hate that.
do that video too. That's the problem.
I hate that.
It's true.
I know.
I forget, guys. I also was called AI yesterday, so.
You're AI?
I'm AI. I don't know if that's what camera is saying or not, but I got asked if I was AI yesterday, and I'm like, you betcha.
Well, they were accusing me on my tube stream yesterday. I had close to 250 or 300 people in there at once, and they're like, "This isn't real. This is pre-recorded. This is blah blah blah." I literally had to shout out real-time comments because they thought that it wasn't like in real time or something. I was like, what?
I can do that right now if you like.
No, I don't think I don't. I was just saying yes to that was a thing. Yes, I don't know. There's some people are weird. I don't know.
Mikey just said that AI is in my name.
Technically it's in mine as well, but not in the correct order and not next to each other.
Man, you guys, I smell a conspiracy theory happening here. It's not in my name. It's not in Olive's name. We're real people.
That is true.
Yeah, it sucks for you guys.
I have to say the tube comments are a lot more colourful than the comments on here. A lot more colourful.
Don't ever go in mine.
Yeah, Ari and I have discussed. We've discussed that at length. There's a range of comments on the tube. So,
My favorite recent one is "You're not smart enough to be AI." I don't know who that's at, but yeah, good times.
yeah. All right, friends. I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna drop the other guys down so that we don't overload, and we can try to get some more Trump
Well,
supporters up here.
We love you.
We love you both, though.
Bye.
Bye, friends. Have a great day. Make sure you're following both Ari and Olive. We love both of them. So Olive is oftentimes live during the mid-morning to early mid-afternoon, along with our friend Moni. Please make sure that you're following both of them, and they have wonderful lives. And then our friend Ari is oftentimes her lives are right around 6:37 p.m. She is my boss, and I'm contractually obligated to say nice things about her. Ari is a very good debater, and you will like her streams so much. Please follow her and go to her streams. Thank you.
Ari is not my boss. I'll say whatever the fuck I like.
Ari's
Thank
great.
you.
No, we love
do
Ari.
love Ari,
Seriously, guys, go make sure you follow Ari and enjoy her streams, both on the tube and here on the Tiki Talks. So, anyways,
Hello.
Kevin, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I already know I voted for Donald Trump. We spoke already.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us how old you are and what state you voted in, please?
I'm over here in California, Riverside, South California, of course. And 47 years old. Around your age, I think you said you're a little younger than me, though.
Okay. Do you want to discuss one of the subjects above or something else that Donald Trump's doing right now?
Well, first time I got on the phone call with you, we did discuss some of the things that I didn't approve of with Donald Trump as a supporter, was some of the aggressive strikes on the boats in Venezuela. As far as them being war crimes, we never really come to a determination of fact whether they were. We kind of was debating on the fact of whether the boats were considered as they were being struck, whether they were shipwrecked or enemy combatants, or it all comes into legalese and stuff from that.
I remember talking with you. You were the one who tried to say that you tried to say, like, what's the definition of shipwreck? And then I read you the definition of shipwrecked, and I proved to you that 100% that boat was shipwrecked. Yeah, no, I remember you now. We literally proved to you that every single qualification to meet the DoD's law of war manual definition of this being an illegal strike, it met. In fact, even in the law of war manual, you can read that they use this specific example to demonstrate what an illegal strike would be.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So no, everything about it, it's beyond a shadow of a doubt.
And I totally agreed with you. I mean, that was the whole point of my conversation, was me to disagree with that aspect of Donald Trump's administration.
Right.
Can I just add to that? It's also about international law, because this occurred in international waters. So US law, obviously, in terms of the UCMJ, plays a part, but international law also plays a part. Are you aware that multiple countries have stopped giving the US intelligence about the Caribbean specifically because they are worried they will be implicated in war crimes?
I mean, they're not obligated to give us any information.
No, correct. But they, like the UK, for example, is different countries have different.
I'm just saying there's no obligation for them to give us help.
So can I? Is there a chance? Is there a chance that I can finish before you come in? Thank you. Different countries have different specialisms in terms of their intelligence communities. The UK has a particularly strong ability at procuring intelligence from Russia and Ukraine, from countries that used to be members of, well, current Commonwealth members, many of which are in the Caribbean. So the UK has amazing intelligence about the Caribbean, and they have chosen, and specifically, they have come out and made this statement. The reason that they have stopped sharing intelligence with the Trump administration is because they don't want to be implicated in a war crime.
Okay. I mean, I don't think, the Trump administration is going to really rely on their information as much as we are, because it's not like, in other words, I'll try to say that they're not always in line with our best interests. So we're not going to always depend or even share our information with them, just as we didn't share on a lot of the different strikes under Obama. We didn't share information, or when we took Osama bin Laden.
This isn't about this
intelligence.
isn't, but you're conflating two separate things, right? You're talking about sharing information about the strikes you're going to do. That's not why.
No, you brought
These
up the sharing of
countries,
information, not me.
again, I didn't interrupt you. Would you do me would you be polite and not interrupt me?
But if you're accusing me of bringing up the sharing of information, I did not bring that up. You did.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're conflating two completely separate things. You're saying Obama didn't tell them he was going to do this. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that they're pissed that Donald Trump didn't tell them that he was doing this. What I'm telling you is the US has directly used intelligence it has been given from other countries in order to do these strikes, and the other countries are pissed that he has used that information in a way that is potentially a war crime under international law. And so they have chosen to stop sharing information about the Caribbean. You are conflating two completely separate things.
I don't think so. I think you are, because I didn't bring up the sharing of information at all. I don't think the U.S.
Nobody
Wait,
said, right,
can I finish?
Kevin.
Can I finish?
Kevin,
Can I finish?
No,
Can I finish?
stop.
You finished.
No.
You said what I've said, and you
No,
can
Kevin.
at least say what I.
Kevin,
okay, go ahead, keep talking.
you can't. And the reason you can't, Kevin, is because you're misrepresenting what I said to you. I brought up, we're having a conversation, and conversations naturally move on. They don't
Now we're
stay
gonna move
on.
on. Okay, go ahead.
They don't stay on the same thing for the whole
You started
time.
talking about
And
the
I
sharing
was
of
just-
information. I'm telling you that the sharing of information is completely irrelevant to the subject of what's going on. We're talking about the attack on these ships. I mean, we're
I
not
understand.
using our technology.
Right. Kevin,
Go ahead.
why have
Go
they
ahead, go
stopped
ahead.
sharing
Continue to
information
talk.
with
Go ahead,
why
continue
have
to
they
talk.
stopped sharing information with you, Kevin? Tell me what I said about why they've stopped sharing information with you.
He said so they won't be implemented in these supposed attacks.
In war crimes.
Yes.
Because they shared the information
Okay.
that allowed it to occur.
Okay. So what is your point by telling me this? I mean, the point of the matter is that I don't agree with
I'm
the strikes from the
not.
jump street.
If you can't.
I understand, but it doesn't have anything
keep
to do with
up.
our
No,
strikes.
you don't understand, Kevin.
Okay, I guess maybe I don't understand the point that you're not making.
Just a quick question for the chat. Can you put a 1 in the chat if I made a perfectly coherent point, and a 2 in the chat if you're like Kevin? Thank you.
You're missing the subject. The subject matter is that I don't agree with the strikes from the jump street. The fact that they're not providing us with information is irrelevant, because I don't even agree with it. I think we shouldn't be striking them. So it doesn't make sense to me for you to tell me about the English or whoever denying us information that we probably wouldn't use anyways, because we're not even aligned with them.
Oh Jesus, you don't even know the names of fucking countries. You're not worth
What's she
talking
saying?
to.
She said, what did I say? What did I call it? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever it's what is it called? What do they call it? What do they call that thing? Not the F. They're improv. Oh gosh, you know what I'm talking about. What's the name of that thing? Y'all have your little secret service over there in England. Improv. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about, right? Interpol.
No, Interpol is the international police, Kevin. That's what Interpol.
Well, that's what the
stands
international
for.
waters would be considered in international police.
No, because
God.
oh, geez.
Maybe I'm stupid, but it sounds like it's right. Interpol, international waters, international police, they don't go together. No, seriously.
Interpol does not deal with war crimes. That would be the ICC that would deal with war crimes.
Are we at war?
You don't have to be at war to commit a war crime, Kevin.
Interesting. So, okay. I would think this would be considered more of an international incident, and I'm not exactly sure what classification it would be under, and that's why I'm trying to debate the classification of the shipwrecked vehicle, that will just say shipwrecked, as being maybe a compacted or incapacitated or something like that. Again, these are all legal terms that will be litigated in the law of it being a law crime.
Kevin, can I ask you another question, Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
What would be a good justification for second? I mean, if they weren't incapacitated, then that might necessitate a second, third, or fourth strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they're incapacitated, what would necessitate a further strike?
I mean, I don't agree with the strikes from Jump Street. I mean, I think they should have been. I don't think with our resources and our capabilities, I think we might have more than enough ability to take in the boats, stop them from coming in, and at least send them back or send them somewhere or something. I don't believe in the Hellfire missile. It costs more money to send that damn missile.
Okay, but can you try answering my question?
What was the question?
So the question was, what would mean a second, third, or fourth strike was necessary?
They wouldn't need a first strike if they just threw a net or decapitated the engine or some type of way. They could have sent a fast boat of Navy SEALs or some type of jump ship in there.
That doesn't answer my question, Kevin. Still.
Okay. Well. Okay. Why would they shoot it? I guess maybe to stop them from suffering. I don't know. Shit, I'm not a military commander.
To stop them from suffering.
They're gonna die out there in that friggin' thing in that ice cold water. I have no idea.
You could send them a helicopter, Kevin, and then you could rescue them. And then, you know what would be great?
Duh,
You know what would be great? You know what?
Jump Street. Yeah,
you know what you could do after that? You could question them.
Absolutely.
And find out like who their bosses were.
That's what they should have done, and then go to the cartel.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
100%. They should have never shot. Exactly. That makes no sense for them to send a $100,000 rocket over there when they could send a $10 net and scramble them up and then send them up and catch them up. I totally disagree with it. It's the stupidest thing. Well, it's not the stupidest. I understand why he's doing it. But the thing what it was initially, I thought that the first couple would have said enough message for people to just stop. I thought for sure. I didn't know they'd keep coming with the damn things. I mean, that was ridiculous. I thought like it was more of a shock and awe tactic to try to like discourage the people from coming. But yeah, they kept coming. They kept shooting. That's ridiculous, though. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I don't agree with. And the other thing is, Christian, man, I'm not gonna go MAGA in politics.
Kevin, we understand that's what you don't agree with. What do you like that Donald Trump is doing right now?
I do like the way he takes the world by the balls. I really do like that he has the amount of influence to literally control not just the nations, but the world.
So you the fact that he's the president of the United States because that's what every president does and can do? No. Literally, what you just described is being the president of the United States, dude.
Of the world.
Yeah, that's called being the president of the United States. Anyways, do you have anything concrete that you want to talk about? Because that's nothing.
What do you mean? That I want my country to be the head of the world?
I'm asking you for something specific that Donald Trump is doing right now that you like. Specifically.
All right, specifically what he's doing right now. What is he doing?
Or in the last 9 or 10 months.
Okay. I do like, and now let me be very specific here, his amount of, I want to say that the regulation of the birthright citizenship. I do believe for a certain amount of time, can I finish my sentence? That it should have been regulated under the circumstances of 2 illegals that came here under, unvented or just basically under the lacks of the border control during a certain amount of time in administration, who did have children, should have some type of, I don't know, it should be something going on with them because of and let me give you the reason why, is because the complications of the dual citizenships between the parents and the child.
Cool. And so can you show us in the 14th Amendment where it would say that that's a thing?
I'd never said that it was a thing in the 14th Amendment.
Okay, can you show us the law that would say that that's a thing?
Well, that's why it's the Supreme Court now.
Well, wait a second. Has this already been at the Supreme Court though before?
I believe it's being argued right now in Supreme Court.
No. I'm asking, has the 14th Amendment, specifically the question of birthright citizenship, has it been argued at the Supreme Court before? This very question for this very thing, has it already been decided at the Supreme Court before? Yes or no?
I have no idea.
The answer is
You know?
yes, and not just once, but about 6 different times during the Supreme
in this
Court.
type of
Hold on,
specific
I'm in the
inference?
middle of a sentence. I let you
Go ahead.
speak. In this specific instance, yes. And when we say about this specific instance, there's only one instance. It's whether or not someone who was born in the United States is allowed to be a citizen. That's it. There's no other instance. Now, if you want to make a new amendment to change that, we can do that. And then that would change it. But until we do, the 14th Amendment, as it was written, stands. And the reason that we know that this is what they absolutely intended is because we have the actual notes and transcripts from their debates on the floor of Congress about this amendment. And the people who wrote the amendment to the Constitution actually said, when questioned about this, no, this is not just for slaves who are freed. That's not just who this is for. This is for everybody, with the exception of diplomats who are living here. So, for example, if you're a foreign diplomat who's living here, right? So you understand? Okay, great. So you understand. So listen. Okay. You cannot like it, and that's fine to have an opinion about it and to have your thoughts on it. But unfortunately for you, and unfortunately for Donald Trump, and for everybody else,
it's not unfortunate. You know why it's not unfortunate? Well, because he has the power to make those amendments and have those.
No, he doesn't. And the reason, the Supreme Court doesn't. And because here's why. It's already been decided, and we have well over 130 years, or 126 years. We have 126 years of Supreme Court precedent since 1898 when they first decided Wong Kim Ark, okay, which was the very first Supreme Court case which addressed the 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship. So we have 126 years of birthright citizenship precedent under the Supreme Court where they've already said this.
This isn't
okay. But here about this. Okay, can I get one chance? Let me just give one chance to make my argument towards why I believe this is a good idea.
No. Here's the thing, bud. I'm just gonna mute you for a second because I need to express something clearly. I've already said you can have your opinion. No one cares about your opinion on this issue, and nobody cares about my opinion on this issue. Okay? What people care about is the legality of it and the constitutionality of it. Erica, can I leave this with you for just 30 seconds, please? I'll be right back.
Yeah, of course you can. I just want to point out, Kevin, this is not a Roe v. Wade where one court case decided it. This is something that has been litigated over and over and over and over again. And every time the Supreme Court have come down on the side of people who have birthright citizenship. Every single time.
This has been a amount of record-setting amount of immigration that has come into the country has never been seen before.
That doesn't make it, Kevin. That makes no difference to the interpretation.
Can I please finish my statement?
No,
it's like I never get a chance to talk because I get cut off.
No, because Kevin, this is the problem with that argument. Okay, the problem with that argument is the Supreme Court cannot take into account circumstances. It cannot take into it. Yes, you are trying to make.
No, you have not allowed me to make the argument. You cut me off before I can finish it.
You were just saying. You were just
saying. Let me finish what I was saying.
You were just saying, Kevin, that it was an unprecedented time. We've never had this amount of immigration before, and my response to that is the Supreme Court cannot make a judgment based on current circumstances. They have to make a judgment based on legal precedent.
So what's the point? What do you want? There's nothing I can say that you're not going to say that same stupidness to me for, so whatever.
That's
It's
not
you
stupidness,
act like
Kevin.
you act like these things are set in stone and that these things are permanent
Kevin,
and
it is
there's no
set in
changes that can
stone.
be made.
Kevin, it is set in stone. It's called the Constitution. And the
Okay.
thing
And there's no
is,
such
you
thing as an
could
amendment. They
you
make
could get
amendments.
Kevin. What does it take to get a constitutional amendment? Tell us.
2/3 of the freaking Congress
Not
And
and the president's signature and what else? I don't know.
and
You tell me, dude. You're trying to make trick questions.
does it
What's
have
up?
to be ratified by anybody, Kevin?
Ratified by the states ratify it, right?
3/4 of the state houses have to ratify.
I just
the state
said- I said that.
legislatures
I said
have to
that.
ratify.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Okay. I said it 2/3. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make to you is that if we have a chance to make a change, I agree with the chance he's making. Know why? And this is why. This is the argument that I want to make initially. Is that I believe that the chaos of the separation of families and the separation of them, because dual to the family members' parents being non-citizen and then the child being a citizen, is just more of a chaotic state than to just allow them both to become back citizens from their own state. Now, this is my argument, and you can agree with it or disagreement. And for you to say that my
Hey,
opinions
Kevin.
are
Okay,
shit,
great, Kevin.
kinda
So
dumb.
here's a great question for you to ask you. Okay, great. So the Supreme Court decides, or we amend the Constitution to say that if you're born here, you're not automatically a citizen.
That's not the complete
How do
verbiage of
you
it. It's
how
about-
do
it's about-
you
it's about the
become
parents coming
a
here on
how
the
do you
assumption.
hold on, time out. Stop. You want to write an amendment to the Constitution that somehow specifically excludes who?
Well, like I said, it would be specific to the people that came under this circumstance.
Under what
That I'm-
circumstance?
Under the 3 to 5 or the 3 to 4 years that Biden and Kamala had the.
How would you
border under-
prove
Can I
that
fin-
those
can I
people?
finish? Can
No,
please
I
finish?
understood
Can
what you.
please-
I understood what you said. How would you prove that those people came during that time period?
Well, it's pretty easy. They have
How?
records of when they came across the border.
Oh, really?
The
So we
parents,
have
when their parents came
records
over.
of exactly who came when? Really? Show us. I'd love to see. Can you show?
They should.
Can
have
you
them
show
if they're
us?
On the friggin',
Can you show us?
you want? I'm not Homeland Security, dog. What do you want me to pull up?
Well, I'm not either. I'd love to see him because you guys keep
I'm pretty
saying
sure
that.
they have some records of who comes
Cool,
across
then
the border.
show
Jesus
us.
Christ.
Cool, then show us.
You mean to tell me they have no records of people that
Hold
came across
on.
the border?
Hey, bud,
over the
time
last
out.
4 years?
Time out. If somebody
Trying to
crossed
ask me
the
to pull up
border,
records
hey,
that they
bud,
should
hey,
have.
bud, hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
If someone crossed the border unlawfully,
Yeah.
do you think that they have a record of that?
Well, no, they have what they call is the.
There you
the one
go,
they let go.
attaboy. You
There's no,
just
they're called
there you
let
go.
goes. They're called
You just
gotaways, or they're called-
there you go,
whatever the point
Kevin.
is, you know what I'm trying to
Kevin,
make. The
no,
records of who they are.
Kevin,
What?
no, they don't. Because if they cross the border in an undocumented fashion, it's undocumented. What does the word undocumented mean?
I mean, you're not a citizen. How about that? And
No.
that means your kid shouldn't be a citizen
Jesus
either.
Christ,
you're trying
dude.
To make,
Holy-
you're trying to make it harder than.
Holy shit, dude. The word undocumented means there are no documents. It means there's no record of it.
Why should
Holy
the
shit,
parents be-
dude.
Why should the kids be? So why should the kids be citizens?
Because it's US law, Kevin. It's US
But that's
law.
the one. That's the point we're trying to change.
No, but Kevin, again, Kevin.
Do you understand
The
why I'm
Supreme-
saying that? Though, do you understand
I-
why I'm saying that?
Kevin, again. The Supreme Court cannot take into account the current circumstances. The Supreme Court takes into account precedent.
Can you understand why I'm saying what I'm saying? If you can address the reason why my idea is stupid, then I understand you. But if you can say that whatever I'm saying is dumb just because the Supreme Court said it is, then I don't want to agree with you because it makes no sense.
Kevin, I just pointed out to you that your idea cannot possibly work because what you want to do is you want to have a time period where this applies, just this time period. And I've pointed out to you that it would be impossible to determine
I disagree with
who.
you.
Okay, great. You can disagree. Great. Prove to me that we have records for the
Because
Stop talking and let me explain
Go ahead,
what
go
I'm
ahead,
asking for.
Go ahead.
This is why you're not understanding what we're saying, is because you keep fucking talking every single time that we do. Get some fucking Adderall. Jesus Christ, dude. Undocumented, by definition, means there are no records, no documents. Undocumented. Therefore, you could not determine who came over in a certain period. You might know that someone is undocumented, but there would be no way to say they specifically came over in this time period unless you caught them in that time period at the border, which we did catch a lot of those people, and we deported them. So, without those records, how could we enforce an amendment like that without those records? So if you
Child
have
age.
a way, shut the fuck up.
The age
So
of the child.
I'm trying to explain this to you. So if you have a way to show those records and prove your point that we could do this, show us.
It would be the age of the child. What do you mean? If the child is a certain age, I mean they were raised or they were.
How could
they
you
were
prove
conceived
that they weren't born in the other country and they came here, you idiot?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Oh
If
my
they're born
God!
on the same
I
age, that
can't.
birth
This
certificate
guy
over
is you're.
No, because you're saying a bunch of stuff, but you're not saying anything. The point of the matter is, if they came here and they tried to get a birth certificate in America and they were a certain age, then their parents didn't have papers, they were undocumented, then the child should be not allowed to be a birth citizen.
Kevin,
I don't understand how you don't understand that.
Kevin.
It's pretty easy to understand. I mean,
Kevin.
I'm not the smartest person. Wait. I'm not the smartest person in the world.
No,
and I
no,
didn't
you
put all
can,
the
you
legislation
can
together.
just stop. You
But
can
my
stop
idea and my
after.
concept should be
You
easy
can
to
stop
understand.
after that first phrase. You're correct. You're not.
I mean, you're looking and shaking your head like this is an impossible task and it makes no sense. But the point of the matter is, if someone came here and they weren't documented citizens and they came here and they gave childbirth to another, what we would call a citizen, now we have a separated family that needs to be separated due to their dual citizenship. And that's just a big issue that you cannot get around if you do what you do or what continue to do.
Kevin,
That means there'll be family
the
separations.
reason Matt is shaking his head is because you're not listening. You are just yapping.
I am not.
That's
I'm
what's-
listening to what he's saying.
You-
He's telling
and-
me the impossibilities of what is possible and is not. And
You're not listening. You are just yapping. And the reason I know that you're not listening is because you're misinterpreting everything that Matt said.
well, I'm asking him to give me a reason why my idea is not a good idea. Why they should be able to stay with split separations. Families. I don't get it.
Kevin,
See, he's laughing. and
Kevin,
maybe I just don't get it. I don't get
Kevin,
it.
your idea doesn't matter. And the reason
Okay, see, that's
that
the whole point.
the reason that it doesn't matter, Kevin, is because in order for birthright citizenship to be overturned, you
Not just
would
amended,
need-
not completely overturned, just amended.
You can't even amend it, Kevin.
Okay, well, that's my last question. What are you going to do with the families that are half separated, are citizens, and their children are the family parents are not citizens, and the children are? What do we do with that situation?
Can you repeat that question, Kevin?
Okay, you have two people that are not American citizens. They give birth to a child in America. Now, unfortunately, the parents that are not American citizens have to go back to their country. Now we have an American citizen that's left here because they are still here and they're not able to be deported. What do you feel like that situation is going to be handled under your circumstances that are currently existing under the Constitution of birthright citizenship?
Well, how about, Kevin, I have a solution to this. I have a solution. How about you give the parents a pathway so that they too, as long as they are in good standing, they, are contributing, they have not, they've not committed any crimes of note. Maybe like
What if they do commit a crime, though?
it's good, Kevin. Can I finish? I'm making a proviso here. As long as they are in good standing, they maybe have got a parking ticket, or they've jaywalked, or they've got.
What
some
if they
kind
rob
of
the store?
For fuck's sake, Kevin! Shut the. Like, I'm a very calm person, Kevin, but you're
I'm asking
rattling.
questions and you're getting uncalm. It's a very
No,
typical
because
thing.
I'm talking. Because you're not waiting for me to finish. You're just throwing things. You're like, I've genuinely taught 9-year-olds today
Come on, stop
who
with
have
insults.
more
Come on, just go away.
patience. No, who have more patience than you, Kevin. That's not an insult. I'm being genuine.
Okay. So he's saying giving these people a path to citizenship if they don't do anything bad. So if they do something bad now, what is the deal?
Then you can't offer them a path to citizenship, can you, Kevin?
Again, I'm just saying to you, in certain circumstances, we're going to not have to be able to offer everyone a path to citizenship.
Yeah,
that are here just
Kevin,
because
guess
of
what?
children.
In certain circumstances in this country already, we don't offer people a path to citizenship. So here's the deal. What you're currently doing is you're trying to ask Erica and I to come up with a complete solution for our immigration system. That's not our fucking job. It's our representatives' job to come up with a solution to it. We don't have all of the answers to how to make this work perfectly. However, there are a number of good ways to start by fixing this problem. We already could have started fixing this problem. Donald Trump killed the best chance that we had at bipartisan immigration reform in 60 fucking years by killing the Langford bill.
One second.
What's that?
Can I say Donald Trump?
No,
could have
I'm
made sure-
literally not
Wait,
in the.
wait,
I'm in the middle of a fucking Kevin.
Your rant? All right, go ahead. Go for it.
I'm not ranting. I'm explaining something to you because you don't know it.
But I do know, but you don't let me a chance to get my hair.
Cool. Can you explain the Langford? Great. What was the Langford bill and what was it going to do?
No, I was going to talk about the wall. That's the only thing we need to talk about, because if we had a wall, we probably wouldn't have had this problem. Oh, look at me stupid too. Duh.
Cool. Can you explain how the wall would have helped us?
Well, a much better built wall would have definitely, deterred at least, I would say at least, no matter how hard they try to let them in over the last 4 years, it would have stopped at least 30%, I would think.
Really?
Just because the walls
Cool.
were blown
I
in.
would love to see. That's fantastic. Can you please show us the study
That's
that
just what
was
I'm-
done?
that's just what I'm- that's just
I
my
would love to.
opinion.
Oh, great.
My opinion that you don't care
Fantastic.
about.
Your opinion is 100% wrong
I know.
because
Mine.
experts say that walls don't actually do anything.
I would say about 30% at least, just by having a much better wall.
Great. Fantastic. Your opinion is 100% wrong because that's not what experts say.
Because
and that's the
considering the
reason
same wall-
why.
considering
And
the
that's the
same wall
reason
was able to
why.
stop 100%.
And that's okay. I'll just stop you again. And that's the reason why we don't have more fortified walls. And also, if the wall would have been such a great thing, why didn't Donald Trump get the wall built in his first term when he had a majority Republican
gosh,
House
'cause everybody
and a
fought him.
majority? Dude,
Called rhinos in it.
shut the fuck up.
Ask me why rhinos.
Matt, I would say that there's a 70% chance that unicorns are real. I'm going to
amazing.
give like a 13.5% chance that the Loch Ness Monster exists. I'm going to say 93.32% and that's just how I feel, Matt. It's
Yeah.
just how I feel.
Real quick, before we move forward anymore, I want to thank you to Secret Squirrel on the blue thing on the Vimo. Secret Squirrel says, "I'd be a raging alcoholic by now. You two deserve a medal." Secret Squirrel also sent me some for you, Erica, which I will send on your PP. Just so you guys know, you can send directly to Erica via PP. It is in the link in her bio. Okay?
You have full consent to poke away at my PP as much as you would like.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically what we're talking about here, Kevin, is you want Erica and I to explain to you how we would completely fix every problem with immigration in America or come up with a solution. We can offer basic broad strokes. I'm sure that there's nothing that's perfect. Just like the Langford bill wasn't perfect, but it was a good start, right? It was the most comprehensive reform that we would have seen in 60 years. That was written by the most conservative member of the Senate, or the second most conservative voting member of the Senate, James Langford, the senator from Oklahoma. Okay, so it was a very conservative bill. The reason that you knew that it was a very conservative bill is because there was about 6 or 7 Democrats and independents who weren't going to vote for it because it was super conservative. Okay, that's how you knew that it was probably a more conservative than liberal bill. And people like Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham were like, this is a good bill. We're going to vote for this. Donald Trump then said, I'm going to primary you if you vote for this. Don't vote for this. I need to run on border security and make sure that people are afraid of immigrants. You're right. He wasn't in office, but guess what, Kevin? He was still the de facto leader of the Republican Party, and he publicly came out and said, if this bill fails, blame me. He literally took responsibility. He literally took responsibility for tanking the bill. So if you have a problem with that bill failing, the person who publicly took responsibility and said the words, if the bill fails, blame me, is Donald J. Trump.
So, I mean, if you feel like the bill was good enough to stop all the immigration or prevent the 10 million they already let in, then
I never said that it was good enough to stop all of the immigration.
What was the point
What
of
I
passing
said was it was a starting point, and you're not listening to anything that we're saying.
I'm hearing what you're saying, but again,
No,
I
you're
disagree
not.
with
It's because you're too fucking stupid to have this conversation.
I just disagree with what you're saying. That's the only thing, and you want
Because you want a fucking solution to everything. You're like, oh, that would have stopped all of the immigration. No. There's nothing that would fix everything, Kevin. There's nothing that fixes everything right away. That you're like asking Erica, you're like, what about this or what about that? There's nothing that fixes everything, that catches everything. Shut the fuck up while I'm talking. Shut the fuck up. There's nothing that fixes everything, Kevin. You're being so fucking disingenuous. It is absolutely exhausting to talk to somebody like you. We just want a fucking start. We just want to start to fix problems. And the person above me, the person you voted for, has done nothing but obstruct every single move forward that we have tried in this country. Not only has he obstructed every single move forward in the immigration and border space, he's pushed us back 35, 40 years now. Okay? So if you have an issue with anything that happens now, it's his fault. So good luck. Good luck with that, dude. Because you want solutions. No, shut up. You want solutions.
When do I get to talk?
When I'm done. You want solutions. Go ask him. Why hasn't he put up a border bill? Why haven't the Republicans put up a border bill? Why haven't they done anything to try and fix this fucking problem? Joe Biden tried 7 times in his administration to actually get legislation passed, because legislation isn't executive orders, because executive orders can just be changed when the next guy comes in. Legislation is actually meaningful fucking change. That's the thing that will actually last and will fix things long term. But he doesn't understand that because he's too fucking stupid, and he's so bad at even working when he has a Republican majority in the Senate and the House. He can't even put those together and be a deal maker, which Mr. Deal Maker, the art of the deal. He can't even fucking do that to get a bill passed on the border, which he claims is so important. He can't fucking do it. He didn't do it in his first term. He didn't get more than 50 miles of the wall fucking built, and he can't do it now. So why the fuck should we listen to you about anything having to do with the border when the guy you voted for has done nothing but fuck it up?
Well, I mean, he stopped 99% of the crossings.
He literally hasn't. I want you to show your source on that.
I mean, it's been pretty much...
I want a source on crossings. Now, go. Show me your source. Go. No, you should be going off the app right now. Go show me your source on crossings. I want to see it. Either CBP or DHS. Go. I'm just fucking sick and tired of your dumb opinions, Kevin. No one fucking cares about your... No, shut up. No one fucking cares about your opinions. Great, what's your source?
About my source.
Great, what is it?
Source. I'm trying to tell you the source. You know, listen. You ready? Hearings.
What hearings?
Hearings on the border.
You mean hearings in Congress where people can say whatever they want to say? Do you mean hearings in Congress, Kevin? You mean hearings in Congress that people can say whatever they want to say? He
That's the
gave
reference that I'm
you
using.
he gave you the two sources that he
That's
would
the reference I'm
accept.
using. If you say it's a lie, then you tell me it's a lie. But
It's
that's
a
what
lie.
I'm using.
It's a
It's
lie.
an absolute lie.
Okay, then they're lying to Congress.
Sir, do you know
to
why we
submit them
can't
for
stop
perjury.
immigration?
Okay,
Do
then
you
they're
know
lying to
why
me
we
and they're lying
can't
to everybody,
totally stop?
and it's
Hold on,
perjury.
hold
My
on,
bad,
hold on,
man. My
Kevin.
bad.
Kevin, do you know why we cannot stop immigration in this country?
I never said it was stopped. I said it was stopped. It was slowed down by 90-something%.
No,
99, I
that's
said
that is untrue.
Well, then that's what they lied to Congress and said. That's what I heard.
Okay, that is untrue, sir. Sir, what do immigrants make up of our total GDP?
I have absolutely no idea.
17 to 18%.
How do you know? Where do you get that source from?
That's
Where do you source
actually
that
from the Bureau. Hey,
Where do
that's
you
the
source that
Bureau.
from?
Hold on, sir. That's the Bureau of Labor and Statistics.
And
Okay,
they source that as
17 to 18% of our total GDP. Sir, what's the
17%.
labor force in
Wait, illegal
2024?
or
Hold on, sir. In 2024, what was the percentage of our labor force that were
illegal or
immigrants?
legal immigrants?
Sir,
Oh,
it's our labor
jeez.
force.
Documented or non-documented?
They would be documented, sir, if they're in our
Okay,
labor force.
Well, it's a big difference. Then.
Okay, so
We're
sir,
not talking about documented people. We're talking
what is the
about non-documented
percentage of
people.
immigrants
I have
that
no
that
idea.
are our labor force?
If they're documented, I have no idea. You tell me.
That would also be 19%.
What are those who we're
Okay,
talking about?
that is our labor force, sir. Now, to get rid of all, now you've heard the words. Do you understand what the word remigration is?
No.
Erica, do you want to explain remigration to him?
Yeah, it's sending people back to where they came from, I believe, or sending them to a third country that they've never had anything to do with.
And that would also include citizens, right? Remigration would include citizens.
Wait. Are we sure now? Maybe we should get the definition.
Oh no, sir. Look up the word remigration. It's a term that was originally used in Germany.
Okay, now we're going all back to root words and shit like that. What does it mean right now and right today?
Right now, today, if you use the word remigration, it belongs to its original term, the term that was used in Germany.
So what's going on with remigration?
I can
Tell
read
me
you a
what's going on.
definition if you like, Kevin. Remigration is defined as the act of migrating again, particularly referring to the return to one's original or previous home after a migration.
Deportation, you mean?
Well,
So basically
no, because
deportation.
because deportation it couldn't be going anywhere.
To remigrate, sir, you had to be migrated in.
That's yeah. You can. I don't know. You got me a little confused. I'm not stupid, but I'm kind of confused what the difference is.
Sir, why would you have to remigrate?
Because it sounds like a deportation to me. I don't know why.
There would be a deportation involved. But, sir, why would you have to remigrate?
I don't understand the semantics of why you're even using the word right now.
Sir, okay, so here, let me help you out. Somebody comes into this country, they go through the system, they become a citizen of this country, but they're a first generation citizen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the law changes and said, hey, these people now have to go back home.
I don't think there's any laws coming around anything like that.
Sir, that came from the administration.
I don't know. I've never heard anything like that.
That came from the
Hey, Matt,
administration.
you backing this up or what?
That came from the person, Tom Holman.
It's hard to make
Okay.
an American fit. The only way you could do that if they were on a green card.
Sir,
and they were
that's
talking shit
what
about America,
that
they
is what
revoked
the
it.
administration says they need to do.
Again, I'm pretty quaint with. I've never heard nothing about this new deal that you're talking
Look it
about.
up.
Again, I don't need to look it up unless you produce the information. Just you telling me ain't really making no sense to me. I'm pretty quaint with what's going on. I've never heard about
Sir,
people getting.
if you haven't heard this, you're not very up to date.
You might have heard some friends fool say this foolishness, but I sound stupid.
No,
to me.
sir, hold on. You know what? I'll be nice and pull it up for you.
I mean, again, you might be pulling up for some Alex Jones clown or somebody. I don't know, but I've never heard the administration talk about anything like that. The closest I've heard is Stephen Miller saying that he was going to green card holders selling out, getting the hell kicked out because they don't want to be in the interest of America. But hey, that's something different than an American naturalized citizen that came here on immigration process.
What would a person be holding a green card be called?
I have no idea. I have an American citizenship. I don't be dealing with that.
That would actually be called a documented resident. Yes.
Resident, yeah, that's right. Resident. Again, this is not my forte, but I know if they come here illegally, they shouldn't be. I mean, y'all don't tend to agree with that, but I mean, hey, it's all good. Right?
We don't
justify
tend
it because
to
of
agree with what?
that they should be able to come here and stay just because they made it
Dude, it has nothing. I don't know how many times I have to explain.
Nobody said that.
Oh my god.
That's what it seems like, though. Maybe I'm wrong. That's what it
You
feels
are
like for most
wrong.
people.
You're-
Well, most people
you're
feel that way
wrong.
that disagree with you. That's how we feel you think.
Kevin, I'm literally begging you to just say what you mean in the fewest number of words possible. Stop with the jibber jabbering.
It's not jibber jabber. I'm being very specific what I'm telling you.
No, you're not,
No, you're
Kevin.
not.
I'm telling you exactly how a Republican would feel about the way you think of immigration. We think that you just feel that if someone comes, they should be allowed to stay.
Okay, sir, you ready? On June 2025, American was involved in an occupation and in reversing the invasion. It's called remigration. Who said that?
I don't know who said that.
That was President Donald J. Trump. The
He wouldn't say it. Wait,
Hold on, sir. The Department of Homeland Security used the word in a social media post on X in October of 2025, threatening a link to the agency's self-deportation app and urging all aliens to remigrate to their self-deportation. That was them. Okay? That was the Department of Homeland Security. Teresa McLaughlin, also a Department of Homeland Security, used it. The State Department proposed an office, hear me when I say this, an office of remigration. Stephen Miller, you know who Stephen Miller is, right?
Of course.
The Trump plan to end the invasion of small town America is going to be remigration. That was Stephen Miller. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio.
All right,
Do
so
I
we
need
have
to
a
go
real word
on?
that we're using. We have a real word we're using talking about doing this to people. I hope it never happens. Sounds like some dumb shit to me.
Oh, I agree. It's dumb. But who's saying it, sir?
You said Donald Trump and them boys said it, but maybe they know that.
In June of 2025, the Department of Homeland Security in October of 2025, Teresa McLaughlin, the State Department, Stephen Miller, and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio.
What is it in reference to? Why were they? What were they talking about, basically?
When he used it, I gave you the reference. Okay, as far as Donald Trump was concerned, I gave you the reference to what Stephen Miller said. Stephen Miller, the Trump plan to end the invasion of small town America is remigration.
Okay. That's not
Just
the way
super
to do
quick,
it.
just before you reply, Kevin, there's people in the comments saying they want to follow me. I'm private, so if you request, I'll accept you when I get off the live. Thank you, though. Oh, and Kevin, Gen X in the
I
comments.
do this for information. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not
Gen
a
X-
person that's
Kevin,
Gen X. Go ahead.
Kevin, Gen X in the comments has said that he's sent you an article that you can read on this.
Oh, about the remigration?
I'm assuming so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's all good. I mean, I appreciate it. Again, I'm not here to argue. I'm here to, like I said, but I guess my opinion doesn't always count on these shows, because it's funny that when I say something that he doesn't necessarily agree with and doesn't want to give his opinion, he'll say my opinion doesn't count. But then he'll give his opinion half of the other show. So it's weird.
No, sir, I didn't give you an opinion, did I?
Not you. Talking about Matt. Matt, he'll say like, the only thing I question about, because it's like one day I asked him, I said, what do you think? He's like, what do I think? It doesn't matter. What this is that. And then when he'll say when he thinks. So it goes a little flip.
No,
both of y'all.
Kevin, the reason that you are frustrating.
I'm not
is-
frustrated.
No, I didn't say, right. That's a prime example of why you are frustrating. I
Okay.
didn't say you were frustrated. I said you were frustrating because you just didn't listen to what I said. And so you thought I was saying you were frustrated. And you've been doing that the whole way along. You listen to a little bit, you focus on that, and then the rest of it is...
Well, because you can say a few things and that might not be true and then kind of end it off. But by the time I didn't get a chance to come back and circle back to the things that weren't true, I've already let them pass. So that's why I like to try to stay on top of things while they occur.
I mean, no offense, Kevin. I've known Erica a long time. You'd be hard pressed to find something she says that's not true.
I'm not saying it is, but again, I still have to make sure certain things are said in context, because that's how it comes out. A certain framing of certain situations can be led to bring to a conclusion. I mean, that's how people debate.
No, but Kevin, people also debate with facts, and you
Just say what I
earlier.
just said was she.
Hang
She
on.
won't even say what I said is true. That
No,
is true.
no, Kevin, stop. You say you were talking about facts. You said earlier there would have been 30% less border crossings with a wall. And when asked to prove that or bring any kind of information that would prove you correct, you said that's just how I feel.
I
So
definitely
we
disclosed
can't
that.
we can't debate facts with somebody who is debating feelings.
Well, it's not feelings. I guess I assume assumptions, just like you guys use assumptions too, on how certain things might be or appear or could be. It's nothing more than anyone else. I mean, it's not like I just base it on like some false reality. I mean, it's a pretty.
Well, Kevin, let's talk about real reality real quick, because if you want to talk about a wall, let's talk about a real reality.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about, how do you wall off a natural resource?
What do you mean wall off a natural? You mean a natural landmark or natural?
No, a natural resource.
What do you mean, like oil, water, what?
Water.
I don't understand your question. I mean, it has to be a divide, right?
The divide divides the river.
Is it really?
How do you wall off a river?
Some fucking barbed wire on half of that shit. How about that?
No, sir.
Yeah, it'll work fine.
No, that's actually against an international treaty.
Put it on our half.
That is actually against an international treaty.
That should work though.
It's also, sir, so you also know it's against international law as well.
I don't know about all that, but I know it works.
Yes, it is, sir. There's a treaty on
How
that
many?
border.
How many they can get across with that damn barbed wire?
Sir, the Rio Grande has a treaty that is shared, actually two different treaties that are shared between the United States and Mexico.
Okay, but I'm just asking you a question. How
Now
many
those
would it prevent?
treaties, now, sir, those treaties, as well as international law, prohibit what Texas did.
Again,
Okay.
what I'm saying to you, how many?
Not
would
only
you
that,
think
sir,
would get
it's a
through?
natural resource. So again, I'm going to ask you, how do you wall off a natural resource that is shared by both countries?
You saw how he did it. You can say it's
No.
illegal or not, but he did it.
Sir, you can illegally. How do you do it?
Do it illegally.
So, okay, so now I'm glad you said that, actually. So you want to sit up here and say that the United States should break the law and then gripe? Now, mind you, that's an international law we're talking about.
Yeah.
And then gripe about people crossing the border committing a misdemeanor?
What about the ones that commit murder?
Sir, what's the number on that and compared to the rest of our
Hey,
population?
it don't matter. I mean,
No,
once-
it does
once that
matter.
mother
What
dies,
is the
big
number
deal.
on that? What is the
Don't give me that
number
bullshit.
on
It don't matter
immigrants
if it's
in
one,
this?
it's one too
Hold
many.
on, sir. What is the number on immigrants committing violent crimes in this country per capita versus every other race we have in this country?
First of all, okay, I'll pre-reference to this right away, is that the numbers won't be calculated accurately because of there being illegal people, and they're not going to always report all of them. I'll pre-reference that.
What do you
Wait,
mean?
Can you just take that as
You
respect?
could, sir, sir. What you just said is the stupidest thing on the planet, and I'll explain. Because if we know they committed a crime, sir, they're in the system, so that definitely would be counted.
Hold on, I'm asking co-pilot.
Hey, Kevin, nice to have you back. So, what's on your mind today?
How many per capita illegal immigrants commit crimes? Like, what is the percentage per
Dude,
capita?
are you actually fucking asking an AI
He asked me to ask him, so what the
assistant?
fuck?
Kevin.
Did he just say per capital?
What's on your mind today?
I'm trying to find out how many per
No.
capita
Can I
illegals
talk to your
commit
Can I
crimes.
talk to your AI assistant?
Sure.
Can you hold me up to the phone?
From 2025.
Hold on.
It's a pretty nuanced picture. Basically, official federal stats show that undocumented immigrants do commit crimes, but the numbers themselves are not sky high. For example, in the first half of 2025, there were about 5,954 criminal arrests among undocumented individuals. These included a mix of charges from property crimes to
Can I
Anyways,
can I
let's
talk
go-
to your
let's go
AI,
here.
Kevin? Yeah, I know. I'd want to turn that off too when it
Yeah, I
starts
just
proving
cut
our
off. I don't
point.
usually
Yeah,
use dumb shit. I don't like to use it.
yeah, I know.
I bet you
I
don't.
know. I know.
That's not my AI.
hey,
That's not
Kevin.
I usually normally use
Hey,
Grok,
Kevin,
but
can I ask you a
what's up?
question, bud? Just
go
real
for it.
quick, real quick. Hey, you know when you have like a document, like when we're talking about like the Jeff files and everything is that, and they have those black bars, in the document.
Oh man, yeah, you did a stupid joke. All right, later, man.
Yeah.
Have a nice day, you guys.
W is in the chat for Tammy for redacting Kevin. Kevin's been redacted. W is for Tammy. It says, "I'm sorry, Matt. This guy isn't intelligent enough for you guys." W is Tammy.
Can I just report, as per usual, the tube chat fucking hate me. They want me to go back to my own country when I'm literally sitting in my own country. And E.B173 is definitely a bot. Thank you.
Oh, well, for sure. There's lots of bots over on the tube. We love you guys, though. If you're not subscribed over on the tube, please subscribe over there. Make sure you're following my main account over here, my backup account. Make sure you're following our friend Erica. She's private, but she'll accept you at some point after the fact, assuming you're not one of her students or a total fucking creep. Don't be either of those things. Follow our friend Val. We like our friend Val. We got to talk with Val last night and today. That's fun. And make sure, like I said, you're following over on the tube, Politics with Matt. We're doing streams over there. We just got over 1,000 subscribers, which is great. Thank you for helping us do that. Let's keep those numbers going. And we just hopefully got set up today for Super Chats, which should be able to debut next week. So then you guys over on the tube can say shitty things to me all night long or all day long. It'll be lots of fun. Okay? All right. Good times. Let's move on. Randy, hi, are you a Trump supporter?
How you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's it going?
You guys hating on Make America Great Again today, or what?
So I asked you, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
Cool. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 52 and I live in Texas.
Okay. Would you like to speak about one of the subjects I have listed above or something else that Donald Trump has done in the last 10 months?
The Epstein thing has just gotten out of control as far as I'm concerned. I don't think it's really relevant. We're trying to straighten our country out, not worry about what somebody did 30 years ago.
Crimes against children is irrelevant.
Well, but just because you have a picture made with somebody.
No, sir. The proof of crimes against children has already been proven.
That Trump had something to do with crimes against children?
Everybody that's involved is still up in the air. That is what we want answered.
I think that Epstein's mistress and everybody on the planet that I've heard has said that Jeffrey Epstein was a blackmailist.
Randy, he didn't have a mistress. He had a girlfriend. In order to have a mistress, you have to be married.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't mean a mistress. I mean like a whatever you call those
Do you
girls.
mean a madam? The person?
Yeah,
that
a
procured-
madam. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Her name is Maxwell, right?
Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah. Said that
Okay. Can you tell me where Maxwell is right now?
she's in a prison in Texas. Yes.
What kind of prison?
I have no earthly idea. I don't care. That was a long
actually,
time
you
ago.
should. Actually, you should. But a long time ago, she was convicted in 2022 and had appeals all the way up until October of 2024.
Right.
Okay,
mean,
so how long ago was that, really?
I think you look at every.
No. I don't want to get away from the conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
What kind of prison is she sitting in right now?
I have no idea, sir. I don't keep up with that. I don't care about that.
Maybe hold on, because maybe you should know. Because maybe you would understand why people are upset. Do you know what kind of prison that she was in originally?
No, sir, I do not. No,
She was in a maximum security prison in Florida for those types of criminals. Okay? Now I want you to understand that there's actually a process in place that says those types of criminals that have committed those kind of crimes cannot be reduced to minimum security prisons. You do realize that, right?
I don't know that. No, sir. I
No,
don't.
that's actually true. Now, she is now sitting in a minimum security prison in Texas that actually allows work release. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I don't even know what part of Texas she's even in.
South Texas. Now, so you know, sir. Can you now that you understand that, can you tell me who put her in the minimum security of prison against all processes that are put in place by the FBI and the DOJ?
I have no idea.
That would be Donald J. Trump's administration.
Hey, Val, specifically that would be Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Hey,
Todd
hey,
Blanche.
Randy, you know what's fun is that Todd Blanche actually went and talked to Maxwell before they moved her to that minimum security prison that Val was talking about. Do you know that?
I did know that. Yes,
and
sir.
also, have you seen the notes of their discussion and the record of what they talked about and why they moved her?
Man, I haven't. I really haven't.
I know. I haven't either. You know why? Because they didn't keep any notes and they didn't document the conversation, which is what normally would happen in a situation where the state goes and talks to a convicted felon. In that situation, it's so weird. Why wouldn't they have kept any notes?
Matt, there was actually one portion of that conversation that was recorded.
Oh, there was one portion. That's right, Val.
Yeah.
There was one small portion. You're right. There was. My apologies. There was one small portion, and it was something like this tiny little bit, and they spoke multiple times for hours. And the majority of the conversation isn't recorded. So you're right. Val, thank you for correcting me. My apologies.
Oh, but there was something that came up in that recorded portion of the conversation that was kind of interesting.
Oh, really? What was that, Val?
Yeah, so Todd, you know who Todd Blanche is, right? You said that, Randy?
Yes, sir. I do. Yes, sir.
Todd Blanche asked her about the people that were involved. She answered the question with this statement. There are several people in the current administration that are involved. That was her answer. And Todd Blanche immediately, without recognizing or asking her another question about that statement, went to his next question.
I mean, you guys are over my head with the investigation on Todd Blanche. I'm more concerned about what's going on in our country today and how divided we are over stuff like this. And I think that
Randy, just a quick question for you.
Are you from the United States, ma'am?
Why do you ask, Randy?
Because you don't sound like you're from the United States.
And
you wouldn't have anything to say about the United States if you're not from the United States.
Randy, guess what? We are on a private platform which operates across the world, and I can say whatever the fuck I like.
Yes, ma'am, you can. You sure can. But you can't say it to me.
Oh.
No, well, bye then.
Yeah, you can leave, Randy, if you want. I mean, you came up on a panel that featured somebody who's from the UK, so you can go if you want. Bye.
And what I'd like to say, Randy, is all the stuff where you said, oh, I have no idea about that. I don't know about that. Guess who knew about all of that? That would be me from another country who appears to know more about what's going on in your country than you do.
I have a strong suspicion that Randy kind of realized that he fucked up when he mentioned the Jeff files and knew that he was way, way, way over his head, and he needed an out. So, yeah.
What's interesting is he's the guy that would shout free speech, but not if you have an accent. Obs.
I mean, God forbid you have an accent. I mean, I could say the same thing to Randy. I'd be like, Randy, you have an accent that I'm not down with, but, I'll let you talk. No offense, Val.
Do you know what? I'm not down with people called Randy because I don't trust any. I've said this before. I don't trust anyone called Randy.
Oh well, all right. Let's not discriminate against Randys, okay?
Would that be a British thing?
Let's not discriminate against Randys now. Hello, hi, other Eric. We both Ericas. Measy, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump? I'll invite you on mute.
Yeah. I am. I'm 35. I'm from New York, but I live in Florida now.
Oh, okay. So, do you want to discuss one of the subjects above or something else?
Yeah, we can continue this Epstein. Like, I don't understand why we're trying to make our president look so bad. Clearly, they interviewed Maxwell, and she said that Trump wasn't implicitly.
No. Hold on. Time out, bud. why we're trying to make the president look bad?
Yeah, and all you liberals,
Really? So it's so it hasn't been Republicans who have also been trying to release the files?
It's been both.
Okay, cool. And when you say that just out of curiosity, so when you say things like that we're the ones making him look bad, it's not simply himself. It's not like oh, I don't know, like literally just the photos of him with Jeff and with all of the people that actually makes himself look bad.
Yeah, but that was pre his first accusation trial. Like maybe people knew something was up, but not everyone knew what was going on. Clearly,
except for the fact that the emails that have been released from the Jeff estate clearly acknowledge the fact that Donald Trump, at a minimum, knew something, which is why they say that Trump is the dog that hasn't barked. He was at the house with the girls for hours. And they talk about things like that. They're clearly talking about the fact that Donald Trump knew something and he hasn't said anything. It also is worth noting that Alex Acosta is the prosecutor who left 61 indictments on the table, didn't prosecute Jeff for those. What's that?
The first go around.
Exactly.
Right?
It didn't.
Yeah.
And then what happened to him in 2017?
I think wasn't he the I'm drawing a blank, but I know what you're talking about.
Did he get added to Donald Trump's cabinet?
Yes. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And so when we talk about those things, it's like, oh man, it's like shit. So
yeah, but he did get him on some charges.
Matt, who was the other person that was part of the prosecution of and in filmmaking with the e-files?
The other person who was part of the prosecution?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Todd Blanche.
Todd Blanche, thank you. we were just talking about. I'm like, I can't believe I'm not going to say his name. Fucking Todd Blanche. Oh, that's right.
Where's
that
Todd
same
Blanche now?
That the deputy attorney general, who was also the one who was down there talking to Ghislaine Maxwell, mostly off the record, and then moved her to a minimum security prison. The same woman who trafficked children, and then Donald Trump said, what did he say about? Oh, that's right. I wish her well.
She's still in prison. Have you been to minimum?
Did Donald Trump say? Did Donald Trump explicitly say that he wouldn't pardon her?
No, he left it an open question. He's not going to say no on the spot or say yes on the spot.
Sir, do we normally pardon killers in this country?
But he didn't say he would. You're just assuming he'd say yes.
And
but we can also assume that he would say no.
Measy, say someone you knew was undergoing a trial for essaying minors or essaying anybody, and was very definitely guilty because the person that was along with them was guilty. Would you wish them well?
As a Christian, I'd wish everyone well. Okay, and really, Trump is a Christian as well.
What a lovely little caveat. Thank you for that.
Trump, just like me, have strong Christian morals.
The more I speak to people who are Christians, the gladder I am that I'm not.
Mm-hmm. What are you, Protestant? We're the same thing.
No, sir, we're not. I'm actually Christian, sir. We are not. First off, sir, you just made the mistake of saying that Donald Trump is Christian.
He is. He was just at church. He's a Christian man.
Sir, time out. What is one of the first things Christians have to do?
Believe in Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior.
And then before, you know what I'm saying? And for any wrongdoings, what do they have to do?
I'm not catching. Unless you're referring to one of the sacraments of Catholic, you have to confess your sins.
That's in all Christian religions. You have to repent, right? It's in the Bible.
You don't think he's repented on his own?
Sir, his exact statement is I'd never repent because I have never done anything wrong.
Then
In
the man
fact,
stating he hasn't done anything wrong.
in fact, yeah, but he clearly has, Measy. And in addition to that, I looked up once how many times Donald Trump had said sorry for anything. And the number of times Donald Trump has publicly said sorry is once. And he followed it up with a but and then insulted the person even more.
Hey, real quick, Matt, go back to the picture of
So
Epstein.
are we debating his
Epstein
moral
and,
compass?
Steve Bannon.
His Christian
Steve
belief?
Bannon at the
Yeah.
desk?
Oh, at the
Not
desk.
at the desk. Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, I don't have the one at the desk. I have the one of him in the
Yeah, no, you need to find the one at the desk.
I
or
know I've
something.
got it. Hold on. There's that was that's there. Well, there's no, not oh here, right here.
That one
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
Blow that picture up and then look at the photo. Is that in reverse of what it normally is? That's not. Is that Epstein and him at the? No, that's not Bannon and him at the desk.
Yeah,
is
that's
it?
Bannon. Yeah, that's
Okay,
Bannon.
see
Yeah.
the picture. There's a picture right by him, right there, right by the lamp. Picture by the lamp.
Yeah, picture by the
Yes.
lamp. Yeah.
Blow that up.
Hold on. I'll have to. Let me.
You have to snip it and then zoom in.
Yeah. Thanks. Hold on one sec. Let me do this.
But where's your point with this picture? Where are you going at?
You'll find out real quick.
Give me 1 second. All right. I'll have to do.
Just while we're on this, aren't
Yes.
Christians supposed to admit when they have sinned? And all the Christians that I know, who are real Christians, they will literally admit to the tiniest little thing. Yet Donald Jaquavius Trump, has never sinned, Measy.
Yeah, but you're not. He doesn't have to admit anything to you. You're no one. It's his relationship with God. That's the only person he needs to talk to. He can say whatever he wants to say to you. He doesn't have to tell you
He
the truth.
publicly said, Measy, that he was never going to repent.
That's what he says in public, ma'am. What he
Oh,
says in private
jeez.
between him and the Lord, that's private.
Hang on one sec. Val, is this the picture you're talking about?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That is a girl bent over a bed, tied up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very. And we're.
That's okay. That's just Donald Trump's closest friend for 10 years. Talking to wait, Val, remind us all again, Val or Erica. You got, please. Who is that guy? Who is
That
this?
would be Steve Bannon.
And
How is Steve Bannon supposed to know what he's looking at?
Sir, can you see the size of that photo?
holy shit, dude!
It's facing the other way.
This is some real fucking pretzeling. Like there's pictures of them in this like standing together, like it's real fucking obvious, dude.
You think that's what they're talking about? Let's talk about a girl that's tied up on a couch.
Hold on, sir. Can you tell me why her face is blacked out in that?
I'm sure whoever edited the photo blacked out the picture.
No, sir. That photo showed her face originally.
Mm-hmm.
The blackout on that is because she is a minor, and it falls under the Epstein law that was passed to protect all the victims.
Yeah, but are we talking about? I think it was pretty clear that Epstein was a very bad person. I thought it was how is he like his relationship with Trump?
Sir, do you stay in an office where that picture is sitting on a desk?
Do I stand in office? What do you mean?
Or do you go I mean, do you go to parties? Do you go to parties with
Is there a date stamp
this
on that?
person? Do you go to a party? I can find it for you if you give me 1 second. But do you go to parties with a person who has that on their desk, where these are the favors?
I'm huge.
This
That's-
was
that's-
at an Epstein party.
That's post maybe after like the first election.
Really?
And he wasn't.
Really? It was?
That's when he started saying I'm huge.
That's
when the
when Donald Trump started saying I'm huge. But
No,
do,
when,
hey,
like
wait,
they,
Meezy,
when,
how old are you?
I'm 35.
You're 35 years old, and you don't know that Donald Trump has literally been saying that shit for like 40 fucking years?
I'm talking about when it went mainstream. No one was saying huge.
Hang on. But these people are his friends, Measy. He never has to have said it on TV for them to know that it's in his vernacular.
But look what we're looking at. You're saying because someone made condoms of a man that he's implicated in what he was doing. Could you really honestly think Donald Trump was doing these essays to minor? That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I mean, it would be totally ridiculous to think that this guy would be doing anything untoward with a bunch of young. Oh wait, and he definitely wasn't like BFFs with this guy who literally said that he was his closest friend for 10 years. Specifically said closest friend for 10 years.
Who
Those
said that?
exact words verbatim.
That-
Jeff said that, and then Donald Trump also said basically the same things and wrote him letters, did illustrations for him. They traveled together. Apparently, the first time that that he had sex with Melania was on Jeff's airplane. When they met, when he met Melania at Fashion Week in New York, he was with Jeff. Like, they're fucking best friends. They live next door to each other. And
were
by
from
the
the same
way,
neighborhood.
the
Yes.
way, they were still talking to each other after that happened because we have the slip from the voicemails when they were calling back and forth about a property in Palm Beach. We know that they talked to each other even after that trial. So when you say like, "Oh, well, you just never talked," no, not true. Still talk to him after the fact.
And didn't Donald Trump say that Jeff liked them young? That would make me think that he knew absolutely what was going on.
That could mean like 18, and I don't know. But I don't think Trump did anything wrong. That's my stance. You don't have all these women coming out saying these accusations. Definitely Prince Charles. That's been proven.
You mean
No, you've got the wrong fucking
Not Prince.
Prince.
Well, sorry,
Measy.
the other one.
He's the artist formerly known as Prince Andrew.
It's Prince Andrews. Yes, sorry, the Queen's favorite child. It's quite shocking, but yeah, people who were implicated, their lives are destroyed, and I know there's more people implicated, of course, but
real quick, I need to say two thank yous. Thank you to Tammy again on the Blue app on the Vimeo. Says I think Measy needs to be investigated. He sure is making excuses for a P3DO. Also, thank you to Jillian on the Blue app on the Vimeo. It says I'm going to do the Christian thing and let Measy go repent for supporting a P3DO.
what does that mean?
I mean, I think you need to go repent.
You do the math, Measy.
Go repent.
That is amazing.
W's to Jillian. W's Jillian in the chat. W's Jillian. I can't with the fucking with the excuses anymore. I just can't.
So I found out about that picture this morning because when I was reading through it, I did like you did, just scrolled past it, right? But then I started reading, and as I was reading, it talked about that picture on a desk, and I'm like, what? What picture
like,
on the
what
desk?
picture? Yeah. You're like, what the fuck? And then also, thank you, Thick just sent me on Discord that apparently the Trump campaign even used a plane formerly owned by Jeff to bring Trump to campaign events. Like there's so much fucking shit there.
To be fair though, that plane was then just to be fair on this.
Yeah.
That plane was bought by a company that then leased out planes.
It's fair.
I don't think that they did that on purpose.
They did it on purpose.
I think they just leased out a plane that happened to be formally owned.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's probably
I've got
just
a little-
bad luck. I know.
But I have a little different thought on that.
I believe the company that owned that plane did it on purpose.
that'd be some really actually that'd be some pretty hardcore trolling, I'd say. Anyways, Nightcrawler, hey, did you vote for Donald Trump?
Sure did.
Okay, how old are you and what state did you vote in?
26, voted in West Virginia.
Okay.
I've spoken to you before.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've had this
Yeah,
conversation.
we talked to you already.
Like the other night, probably.
Yeah.
Mm.
Have you learned anything new since then?
You guys talking about these pictures?
No. I'm just anything in general. I'm just wondering whether you've done any learning since the last time we spoke to you.
I don't even remember what the conversation was about.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we're talking to somebody who has his full faculties intact.
So you remember the conversation?
I have hundreds of conversations like these in a couple of days. How many do you have?
I do all kinds of things. I don't think about.
I'm sure you do.
I don't think about these conversations after I go to get off and.
Sure.
I mean,
sir, let me tell you, I do remember the conversation. It started with me questioning your education.
Can I just ask you, before you start talking to us, Nightcrawler, can you sit up and like square your shoulders off and just like have a straight back so you can put some breath behind your voice?
I am. So what do you mean? What?
You sound like, yeah, I mean, this might just be your voice, but you sound like you're reclined and, just whatever.
It's just my voice. I don't know.
Okay.
It's the flat Affleck.
Yeah.
I love these SpongeBob things, by the way.
They're very
cool.
They're very cool. All right, well, what do you want to talk about, Nightcrawler?
So I heard you guys talking about these photos. What exactly do they prove?
What do they?
Before we start on that, can I remind him of what the Republican senator that came out and talked about that today said about those?
Please.
Massey?
Yeah, Massey. What did Massey say?
Yeah, there you go.
What did he say?
Enlighten us.
Well, you knew it was Massey, so I'm thinking you've heard it, right?
Let's hear it.
Massey talked about how we released these photos today, and although a lot of them disturbing, they have even more disturbing photos.
Let's fucking see them.
Hey, Val, just out of curiosity, who's the majority on the House Oversight Committee?
Who? What do you mean?
Who's the majority in the House right now?
Republicans.
The Republicans. That's cool. So the House Oversight Committee would be governed by Republicans. Cool. So why are you yelling at us, Nightcrawler?
Is your chat? Is something wrong with your fucking chat?
I don't know why you're talking to the chat. If you want to talk to the chat, I can send you back down. I'm asking you a question. Okay. I asked, why are you yapping at us about seeing the photos when you should be yapping at the Republicans?
So I'd love for them to release them.
So
that would be a
great.
So
we all agree that the Republicans are covering this up.
So something's going on that's not right.
Right.
Well, Massey actually took the time to explain that in that speech, did he not?
So, where did these photos come from? Why aren't they releasing them all?
The Epstein estate.
Let's release them all.
Great.
Why are we? Who's holding back?
Are you not paying attention?
I mean, who released these photos today?
The committee.
Okay. And the committee's made up of what? Of who?
Both Republicans and Democrat, but it's majority ruled by Republicans.
Okay.
They will have a 1-seat difference in any committee.
So we need to release the photos and we need the information.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're on our side. But you don't think the photos that were released today weren't disturbing enough for you?
I mean, it's him with women.
Do you know why all those women have their face blacked out?
No.
Because they're minors. They're victims.
Do we know that for fact?
Yes, that's part of the release
We know that
of the
all
deals.
those
That there's
people
actually
are
a law.
underage
allow
children.
me to help you out. Allow me to help you out. See, here's a photo. Look at the difference. See this photo right here? Is her face blacked out?
Those are
Is her face
famous
blacked out?
people.
Is her face black? Really?
Those
Who's
are known
awesome?
people.
Who's that?
So what's her name?
Yeah.
That famous person?
I don't know her name.
Oh, so she's not that famous,
Oh,
is she?
that's weird. That's strange. But her face is blacked out. Their faces are blacked out. There's a reason for that. Did you hear us talking about before? Now, see, they're not, because you know who they are. We know who they are. And by the way, fuck Bill Clinton for being involved in this, and throw the book at him for being involved with this, just to be entirely fucking clear. Okay? Glad we got that one out of the way before you say anything about it. But there's a reason why certain people's faces are blacked out and certain aren't. Now you know the reason why. Oh, look at that. Some of them in photos even, just like the one that was on Jeff's desk that we were talking about earlier. Or did you miss that one?
I missed
Matt,
the conversation, but I've seen
hang
the
on
picture.
a second, Nightcrawler. Matt,
You saw the picture on the desk?
Yep.
Can
I
you
sure
have a look
did.
at your...
What?
Oh, jeez.
What, Erica?
Can you have a look at your PP, please?
Oh, my P. Oh.
Just check that your PP's okay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It says, thank you very much for the PPB. It says, why does guest want to look at CP? Oh, jeez. Oh, okay.
That's insane.
All right, guess. All right. Well, we're getting a little wild.
That's not what that's about. This is about holding people accountable, looking at proof of people doing wrongdoing who are in powerful situations. This isn't about looking at CP, you fucking moron.
I didn't say it. I was just reading the message that we were given. But anyways, I'm just pointing out to you that you can clearly see that some women are not blacked out. So, yeah.
Now, you said you knew the picture on the desk, right? Was the face on the picture? Was that there's only one face blacked out in that whole picture? So hold on, right there. See that right there?
Yeah.
See that picture on the desk by the lamp?
Yeah.
Keep watching.
It looks like someone like passed out on a couch or a bed.
And they're actually tied and bound.
It's hard to see. It's hard to see because it's a little. I know it's a little grainy, but it's yeah. That's what that is.
And sir, do you notice that her face is blacked out?
Yeah, I noticed that, but
the reason her face is blacked out, sir, it wasn't that on the picture on the desk doesn't have the face blacked out. That was done to protect because that's actually a victim and a minor.
okay, yeah, okay, I get it now. We're connecting dots here. That those people
Okay.
with
Now,
in that
let
photo.
him back that. Now hold on, let him back that picture up. Who is that sitting right there across from Epstein?
That's Steve Bannon.
Are you staying in an office with that picture?
No.
So you're not staying in an office with that picture. Not only that, you're probably not taking pictures like this with that guy. You know, like buddy. Oh, hey,
No.
let's do a mirror selfie guy. Let's do a mirror
No,
selfie.
that's Steve Bannon.
You'd have thought that between the two of them, they could have got someone else to take a fucking photo. Like, what the hell?
But it's more fun that way, Erica. It's like casual and chill. Look at us. Maybe they sent it to Donald. They're like, hey, bud,
Now,
look, we're together.
I would say, but since he's in that office and he knows that picture's there, Steve Bannon I'm talking about. But if I only saw the picture of him with Jeff, I would be like, they're just taking a picture, and just because you're with that person doesn't mean you know what they're doing or agree with them. But the office picture, he obviously does.
Yeah, I was about to say,
So,
can you miss that picture? Because the last guest that came up here said, "Oh, he probably didn't see it." Could you have missed that picture?
Yeah,
I mean, probably not. He's probably seen behind his desk, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was like the largest picture on the desk, was it not?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean, this is what we're talking about, and I mean, you take all the other things involved, right? You know, it's insane that you all try to do this. Now, sir, I'm going to ask you this question because I've asked it to several people today. Can you tell me what administration came out and said that 15 and 16-year-olds should not be involved in this because they should be able to consent?
I'm assuming Trump.
Yes, a little over a week ago.
That they say it again. They shouldn't what?
They shouldn't be considered victims. They should be able to uncover their faces because they should be considered adults.
Well, I heard what's her name, Megyn Kelly, say something like that, but I didn't know that the administration did.
Megan Kelly was literally saying that she was disgusting when she was talking about 14-year-old girls having a 14-year-old daughter.
Right.
But I mean, the administration didn't say anything like that.
No, they've come out and said that. A couple different people from the administration have come out and said that maybe they should be considered adults and shouldn't be able to have their face hidden.
Well,
And shouldn't be protected was actually the
I disagree.
Hang on, is this the administration, Val, that said it's all about protecting women and children? Is it the same administration?
Yeah. I was never under any.
I disagree, but the point being is that there's no direct evidence of
How do you know
Donald
that,
Trump
sir? How do you
doing
know that?
anything wrong.
How do you-
That's
hold on,
been
sir.
released.
Another
That's been
question for you.
released.
Another question for you.
There may be evidence out there that we haven't seen.
Another question for you. If you weren't involved in something, but you may have known people around the situation, right?
How do we know that Trump?
Hold
knew?
on. Got a question. Now, you weren't involved. I'm just trying to paint a little scenario for you. You weren't involved with any of the misdoings that were going on, but you had an idea something was going on, but then you decided that you were going to get out of the situation. But then later on, you become powerful within the U.S. government somewhere. Would you request the FBI to remove and redact any information of your name wherever it exists in a 360 gigabyte file?
You're asking me if I would? No.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, I mean,
Because you really weren't involved?
we don't have any direct proof
Hold on, sir.
evidence.
Hold on, I'm
so-
helping you out here. You wouldn't do it because you really weren't involved, right? And your name's mentioned in there just in passing because you were involved with some other people that were part of it, right?
I mean, you're right. I mean, I agree.
Okay.
I mean, things don't look good.
Then why did Donald Trump and Pam Bondi have the FBI spend an entire week, 24/7, redacting his name from the FBI files?
It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look
I
good
don't know.
at all. Also, real quick, I just need to say thank you to Liz for the kishap, from the green thing. Liz pointed out there's a second photo in the red frame on the left, also redacted. Right there. Good eye, Liz. I didn't notice that one. Who's that?
Well, for
Because
me personally-
tell you who it's not. It's not Ghislaine. Because if it was Ghislaine, it wouldn't be redacted.
I mean, to me, that looks like an infant, but I don't know.
No, that's an adult. That's an adult woman.
Okay. I mean,
Can
it probably
tell
is
from
knowing
the-
him.
I mean, I'm just saying. But anyways, I just want to say thank you to Liz for pointing out there was another. That's, I don't know. This shit just gets weird, dude. Like how could you? You can't defend it, right? I mean, there's no defending.
I mean, I can't defend what he's done so far, no, but at the same time, there's no direct evidence or proof that
Real
says
quick,
he did this.
real quick, I want to thank Jillian for supporting me through the Blue app. Thank you very much.
And I don't agree with the handling of it with him. I think it's been fishy, and something's not right.
Okay, so just to put a point on this, Nightcrawler, you don't agree with the handling of it. You think there's something fishy that's not right. We have picture after picture after picture. We have flight logs. We have contact lists. We have loads of evidence that shows people all around him also involved with him. We have emails from Jeff himself saying that Donald Trump knew and was at the very least marginally involved, just at the bottom level, for sure, saying that. Okay, we've got all of that information beyond a shadow of a doubt. And you're saying, well, this is really weird. I think that there's all this stuff going on. And yet you, a presumably logically thinking human, won't be like, yeah, he probably almost certainly did something. If he didn't do anything, why wouldn't they just release all of this shit? He'd be a hero. Doesn't Donald Trump, he loves being the hero and doing, he's such a fucking narcissist. He wants everyone to love and adulate him and say nice things about him. I mean, Jesus Christ, the man ran for president because Seth Meyers was mean to him at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And made a couple of jokes about him. He can't even handle a couple of fucking jokes. He wants adulation. He would be beloved if he released all of this shit and outed P3DOs and people who preyed on young women. Why won't he do it? Is it because he's all over it and he and Jeff were BFFs and he absolutely was over there and definitely did a bunch of shit with a bunch of young girls, and they've just been trying as hard as they fucking can to cover it up for as long as fucking possible? You don't bring Lauren Boebert into the Situation Room to try and get her to not sign the discharge petition on releasing the files, dude. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can say if he doesn't, these are going to get released whether he likes it or not, correct?
They've been fighting it. The DOJ has been fighting this tooth and nail. He even tried to get ordered. Hold on, so you know, he even tried to get an order to DOJ to start a new investigation so they could try to hold it up. And then they figured out that wasn't going to work because there was no current investigations when the law was passed.
So
Congress overrules the court in this case.
What I'm asking is there any possibility that we don't see these files? I mean,
I don't know that
voted
parts of these, so you know.
I just don't know how we won't see them if they voted.
Well, no, I'm going to tell you how I believe, and this is speculation, right? Okay, so this is not fact, just speculation, but educated guess. I don't believe the public is ever going to see a vast portion of these files because the law was to release it to Congress so Congress could go over it. I believe there's going to be some things that are released to prove Congress's point. Has these things go through, but I don't believe a mass release of these files is ever going to really happen to the public for decades.
Couldn't the next president release those? Why wouldn't the next president?
I think it's about protections at some point.
So
And we
it's
know that
it's
part of these
everyone.
files, what is it? I think it was, what is it? Over 3,000 videos or something like that? 33,000 pictures and videos, something along those lines.
Yeah.
That, you know, that would obviously that a lot of probably could never be released, right? Just for other law reasons.
It's a lot. It's just, dude. I mean, the bottom line is that I think that if Congress gets their hands on this shit, and especially if we see a Democratic majority come in the midterms, which I think almost certainly is going to happen, I think we're going to see a good amount of stuff come out and be released. You know, and I personally hope that they just release things. You know, I like the way that they wrote the bill. I do like the fact that it was a bipartisan bill, and I do like the fact that they wrote it so that you can't protect people based on you know, political ideology or for anything like that. So I think that there's a chance that we could see some things from it, but I also think that Al is probably right that we're only going to see a fraction of it. But I think that we could see the fraction of it that's going to let us know what we need to know. But I just think that the implication is so present. It's so in front of our faces at this point in time. How could we possibly ignore all of the evidence right in front of our face? I mean, I saw there was somebody we talked to earlier in the chat who was like, where's the I want the video. Like, so now it's got to be, we need a video of Donald Trump with an underage girl. Like, I'm convinced at this point that MAGA would just then, if we had the video, that MAGA would just go, well, that's AI. That didn't happen. Like, that's where we're at these days. Do you know what I mean, dude? It's like, when is enough enough, you know?
I hear what you're saying, and if he's implicated at all doing wrongdoing, then I don't support the guy, and he should be removed. And if he continues to fight it, and if there's a bunch of names and shit redacted, I think he should. I won't support him, and I think he should still be removed. To be honest,
listen. I want to give you credit for saying that, because there are very few Trump supporters that say that. Very, very few.
Yeah, same.
Yep, same here. I appreciate that you said that.
I'll tell you, I've talked to 10 different Trump supporters this morning since this news has come out, and you're the first and only one that has said that.
But I just want to point out, he is already implicated.
Okay,
Because hang on a minute, let me finish. He's implicated. Now, does that mean there's any like concrete evidence of him doing anything? Not necessarily, but he is already implicated.
Yeah, they said he's already in. His name's in it. Yeah, but I don't know if we just see a bunch of redacted stuff, and I don't know. I don't know.
I think you do know. I think that's the problem. I think you do know, and you have this. This is the correct time to use the phrase cognitive dissonance, right? Because cognitive dissonance is when you have two conflicting ideas in your head, and they're causing you to be uncomfortable. That is what cognitive dissonance is, and that's what you're experiencing right now, because you do know. You know that this is shady as fuck, right? You know that. And that's what's causing you to be uncomfortable with it. And what you're doing is you're coming out of the gates fighting because you feel uncomfortable and you don't want to believe the person that you've... And I get this. There are so many people that voted for Donald Trump who are in this position where they have put a lot potentially on the line to continue their support of Donald Trump. And you've probably argued on his behalf for a really long time. But I just like what you have to think about, what you have to go away and think about is, where's your line? At what point does Donald Trump have to do something so fucked up that you're like, right, I can't support him anymore? And there are some Trump supporters for whom the answer is nothing. He
I
could do
mean,
anything.
this is it. I mean, I've agreed with pretty much everything. I mean, pretty much everything else except this. And this would be it.
All right. Well, listen, man. I think we've talked for a good bit of time, Nightcrawler. And I know we've talked before. So what we're gonna, I think for today, I would like to move on to another guest. I invite you. We can come back another time, and maybe we can talk some more policy stuff. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you being reasonable, and I appreciate you having a reasonable stance on this. Okay. Thank you for having a good discourse. All right.
All right. You guys have a good day.
All right. You too. Bye.
Later.
Thanks. You know, I know that there's a lot of disagreement there, but at least if we can come to an agreement that he's pretty clearly implicated, and that we can't, this is just a line in the sand that we can't stand, then, you know, I think there's some progress there. So I'll take it. So, guys, we're gonna keep moving on. And give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Eric, can you do a mod announcement for us real quick?
Oh, yeah. Hang on a minute.
Thank you.
I've got to remember the right one. Good evening, passengers, and welcome to the afternoon flight from here to eternity. If you could continue to boot the screen, give us as many likes as possible, and share the live, we would be very appreciative of that. Don't forget to thank your pilot and your cabin crew for today, myself, Erica, and my friend, Val. Please remember that you can become a fan of Matt's Live by tapping the little heart at the top of the screen next to Politics of Matt and send him your daily heart me. That helps the plane to fly. Additionally, we're only at 170 likes. Now, I'm not angry, but I am disappointed. So if you could share the live out as much as possible to everyone you love, but preferably to everyone you hate, because they're the ones we want to speak to. Lastly, whoever joined the Mile High Club in the bathrooms on the last flight, please can you refrain from doing so again on this flight, as the pilot does not appreciate cleaning out his own toilet. Thank you very much for flying Air Politics of Matt.
I don't know if we needed that last bit, but okay. Thank you.
Hang on, let me turn this off. I need to. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
I'm being so good right now.
Oh boy. All right, friends, let's move on. And let's see what other Trump supporters we've got. Thank you guys very much for being here on a Friday afternoon, hanging out with us. It's lots of fun. We're glad you guys are here. Let's see.
Hang on. Is that an op you've brought up? That guy called Matt?
He looks like a dick.
He does. He's not a bit of a dick, a whole heap of a dick.
Like all the way. Not even a little bit, just like all of it. No, I had accidentally swiped out there on my backup account. Wanted to make sure you guys were there. So let's see here. Ray says there are more more blacked out, more photos blacked out on the desk. I'll have to take a look at that, Ray. Thank you. We'll take a look at that. All right, let's see. I'm going to try to bring people up. It's hard to tell in the order in which Erica.
Drop me down, but I've literally not said anything for like
I know. I don't understand.
half an hour. Drop me down.
All right. It's ridiculous. So silly. Jesus. What the hell? I swear to God. What the hell is going on TikTok?
They give her the 10-minute one?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah, she can come back in 10 minutes or we're on a backup.
Yeah, either way, Erica. Sorry. It's so dumb. Nemo got like 3 of them the other night. He had to he was cycling through accounts. Joseph, if you're not connecting, if you're a Trump supporter, you can always re-request. I don't know why. Oh yeah, and Thick got a bunch of them the other night too. That's true.
Yes, I witnessed that.
yeah, that's right. That was last night. Not saying you. That's actually an A100 behind, but same thing basically. Yes. Audio Dave also not connecting. Feel free to re-request. There we go. There, she's back.
I'm doing a Nemo. This is account number 2. I have 5. So
okay. Sam, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Sam, hello. Man, a lot of people in the box, and let's see if there's one of them.
Take it.
Those look awesome.
I bought
Kim,
these to have.
hi, did you vote for Donald Trump?
In there,
Yeah.
and my feet are so fucked up. I don't want anybody to see them, so I bought these. They were cheap on the show, and I bought
They
them.
look awesome.
I'm going to go with no. She actually had a picture of Prince in her bio.
I wanted to listen to the rest of that. I hate it when you drop people who are having a conversation.
No, I feel wrong. It feels.
We had a really good one in Doug's one. Did I tell you about this? Where Doug had somebody who was telling his mum not to let a contractor they had around to the house with a Trump hat back in again, and he was really going at it with his mum. So we just listened to it for like 15 minutes, and everyone was gifting him. It was great fun.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I love that. All right, let's see here. JJ, I'll invite you on me. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
His actual name in his bio is interesting.
JJ, hello. Did you vote for Donald Trump? I see that. JJ, I've invited you to unmute. Can you unmute? Did you vote for Donald Trump? Okay.
Well, I'm just wondering, Val, do you think he wrote a T and he meant an F?
You know what? I don't want to speculate.
Oh, boy. Kiki, hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Cool. Okay, well, we have cycled through everyone in the box. So if you're a Trump supporter, please, right now, guys, we're still just looking just for Trump supporters. If you're a Trump supporter, please hop in the box. We'd like to talk to you. You could be number one to come on up and talk to us. So there you go.
Can I add, if you're currently in the chat on the tube, you're sitting here watching this on the chat on the tube, and you disagree, you could hop in here, create yourself an account, and be up. Like, you can join in too.
You can, but we're also working on getting our Discord set up so that you guys can join via Discord as well, so that we can take guests. Absolutely ready to start doing that, hopefully by next week. But we'll do our best. Still working on still getting the working the kinks out on that one. So, yeah.
It's okay, Matt. We don't kink shame around here.
I know. That's it. I mean, just working.
Hang on. Just a thought. Do you think TT thought that I was bullying you? Because I called you a bit of a DICK.
Wow. You know what? Their AI might have. That's
I
actually
say it to
good.
Brett-
That's actually
I
a
say-
good point.
I say it to Brett all the time.
I don't know. Well, we might need to be a little more stupid TikTok. God damn it. Oh boy. Let's see here. Mask, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? Mask, hello. Let's see who we got here now. Oh.
For the love of all that is holy.
Hello, Doug.
Hey, Matt.
How's it going? What's happening tonight?
Not much. I just think a few things. First of all, besides the policies and politics, I think the photo you have up in your background, it's a little bit unfair because you don't always know the person that you're friends with, right? Like, you don't know, like, just because you're friends with them doesn't mean, you know, like, oh, I have a hint that this guy is doing some weird shit in the background. Like, that's not always the case, right?
Doug, have you seen the photos that he has on his desk?
Sorry, what?
Have you seen the photographs that Jeff had on his desk?
Have you seen the photos that were released today, bud? Have you seen the photos that were released today? By the way, do you know who that is on the left there?
Yeah, I do.
Who's that?
I don't know his name. I know his name.
Steve Bannon, Donald Trump's
Yeah.
main campaign advisor, his first campaign, and then also worked on a second campaign and worked in the Trump administration the first year or so of the White House. Yeah. And then who's that?
Yeah, okay, I know who that is.
Okay, great, cool. Now we're going to focus on this picture right here.
This feels wrong.
Oh, yeah. Sure does. Can you see what that is? I'll help.
Yeah, sure.
What's that?
This is fucked up. And look,
It's,
but
oh, no,
was
no,
Trump
no,
in
no, no,
this room,
stop,
though?
stop. It's a woman
What is it?
tied up and bent over, and that's her face that's blacked out on his desk.
Yeah, he's a fucked up person. We all know that.
So,
I understand that.
So, Doug, my question to you would be, do you not think a man who has a photo is proudly displaying a photo like that on his desk would not be displaying that kind of thing elsewhere? Because
I don't think you know. I don't think I know. I don't think any of us know because we don't know people like that. Like, we don't know people like that. We have no idea. I will say, you know, I knew someone in high school, and then like years later, it came out that he had something on his computer. No way I could have known. Like, there's no way that you could have known that this person was that type of person, right? Like, based on hanging out with them or hanging out at their house, there was no evidence.
were you best friends with him?
No, we were good for me.
Okay, did you say
we were in a group of friends.
did you mention to your friends that he likes them young? Did you
No, he
say
never-
that to
no,
your
he
other
didn't say
friends?
that. No,
Did that
obviously
friend
not.
of yours go on the TV and talk about his daughter in a sexual way?
All right, that was hyperbole, but okay.
What can you define hyperbole for me?
Yeah, it's just saying things that are a little bit extreme, and it's just
It's exaggeration. So he thought she was a bit sexy, but not as sexy as he claimed on TV. That would be hyperbole.
It's media, right? He's
No,
a
that
media
would be
guy.
right. Okay. He's a media guy who goes on TV and tells the world that he thinks his daughter is smexy. He goes on and says about his other daughter when she is a baby.
Erica, it was a different era. Like we had the Man Show on
How
TV.
old are
At
you,
the end of
Doug?
the show,
How old are you, Doug? How old are you,
I'm
Doug?
36. At the end of the
Doug,
show, they had people jumping on trampolines, having their
Doug,
boobies bounce. It's a
Doug,
different era.
Doug, I'm 47. I
Okay,
lived
then-
through that. Shut up. I'm not this. You need to. I'm fed up of people like you defending
No.
this kind of. No, stop
I'm not
it.
defending it.
You are
No.
defending it.
Erica, I'm not defending it. What I'm saying is that it was a different era in time, and I gave you an example of the Man Show, which was publicized on cable TV to everyone. Kids could even have access to that. And I'm tired of your you have this higher than thou thing when that's not reality.
That's not
That's
even.
not how it
Jesus.
was.
Are you like the malapropisms are coming left, right, and center? It's not higher than thou. It's holier than thou. And I'm 100% holier than you, Doug.
Listen, Doug.
No, you're not.
Doug, hang on. What number one? A bunch of people are mentioning it in the chat. I'm noticing it too. You have there's some high pitched thing happening with your mic. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know.
I've heard this before. I'm not sure. I guess I'll hang up because I honestly have no idea where it's coming from.
Well, there's that, but also, Doug, you're trying to say that it was a different, but
For specifically that one comment, not for the other actions.
Hold on.
okay?
For what one comment?
For the comment about his daughter, it was a time where you
Okay,
say
all right, fine.
provocative.
Forget the comment about his daughter.
Okay.
Jeff says that Donald Trump knew what was going on.
He said that?
Quote, email on April 2nd, 2011, from Jeff to Ghislaine Maxwell. Quote, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. What does that mean to you?
Morally, this guy is a fucked up guy. That's what it means. And
January
this is
31st,
wrong.
2019, to Michael Wolff. Victim, Mar-a-Lago. Redacted. Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever. Of course he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. From Michael Wolff to Jeff. 12/16/2015. I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you, or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say that Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. Now, question for you, Doug, just out of curiosity. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, and that gives you a valuable PR and political currency, why would that give him political currency or valuable PR? Or if it says if it looks like he could win, you could save him generating a debt. What would the debt be? Why would that help? Because if Donald Trump didn't do anything wrong, where would the debt come in?
It's reprehensible. I get it.
No. I'm asking. No. I didn't ask for a value judgment. I'm asking specifically a question. I want to know if Donald Trump didn't do anything wrong, where is the debt come in? Where's the blackmail part of this? Where's the thing where would Jeff be saving him?
Probably the flight log.
I think there's a lot more involved than a flight log.
A flight log doesn't prove anything.
I don't think Trump is a pedo, dude. I really don't think he is.
I am asking you.
Well-
I'm not asking your opinion, Doug. I am asking you specifically, and I want an answer. put your thinking cap on now. If there was a reason for Jeff to save Donald Trump, how could it be possible he didn't do anything wrong?
By talking about his mental capacity, there's many ways he could have gone about it. Right? There's many things he had against Trump.
Such as?
He could have talked about his mental capacity.
No.
So, hey,
talking about his mental capacity or giving an opinion on something holds no sway. A bunch of people talked about Donald Trump's mental capacity or gave opinions about him who were far more influential in the public sphere than Jeff was at that time, okay? So, no, we're talking specifically about this.
I think he forgets about the 3/4 of the way statement in that.
Oh, yeah. We're 75% of the way there. Yeah.
Look, I don't know. We should probably look into it, to be honest. We should probably look more into it. We should probably find out what he meant by that, what leverage he had, and why didn't he use the leverage, right? He was in jail. That's a perfect time to use leverage.
What happened to him in jail?
He no longer, he was unalived in some form or manner.
Uh-huh. Would maybe saying something like "I'm 3/4 of the way there" make that a problem?
What is that?
Purely speculation, but I don't know.
When did he say that?
In my mind, it puts him in a pretty bad position.
He said that. He said we're 3/4 of the way there.
Yes. He just read that to you
while he was in jail.
No, well, no, that one.
It would have been during the trial.
Well, it was during the. Well, actually, Val, it was during the first. It was during the first one,
right?
And that which makes it even more damning. He's specifically talking about the fact that Trump hasn't said anything.
But those emails were during the trial.
Those are from different dates. That's why I gave you the dates. Like, for example, that first one was from 2011.
From his attorney, or to his attorney, yeah.
So anyways, dude, I'm just saying that, like, you guys, like, at least the last guy that we talked to was able to, like.
No, I get it, dude. I understand what you're saying, and I was just talking about the picture. Okay, I wasn't going more in depth than just the picture. Sorry, dude. I just thought the picture was misleading, and that's all.
I don't think there's anything misleading about it.
What was misleading about the picture?
It's just a pic. Like, you could be friends with someone and not know anything about them.
So if you were to walk into an office with that picture on a desk, and that picture is the largest picture on the desk, that's like an 11 by 10. Okay, and sir, would you stay in that office with that person?
If you're sitting on a desk and the photo is facing them, you probably aren't looking at
Sir,
it.
did you see where the picture was taken from?
Yeah, from the back left of Epstein's.
That's actually the doorway into that office.
Can I just add as well? Donald Trump claims, which Jeff obviously denied that claim in the email that Matt read out, but he claims that he threw Jeff out of Mar-a-Lago because of this stuff. Why didn't he report it to the police? If that's why he threw Jeff out, why was his action to stop him from doing this? Why was his action to throw him out of his club?
I think when you get to a high enough level, I think things work way differently than it works for you or I. Like, it doesn't work the same way. Look, I'm not defending this guy anymore on this. Like, I agree. It's something is really fucked up about this. I understand.
I
Hey,
was
just a quick question. Do addicts turn in their dealers?
their what? Do they turn in their what?
Their dealers.
Um, According to The Wire, probably not. They just get locked. Well, I don't know, actually.
Think about that statement a minute.
And I want to know, does the law? I was under the impression that the United States prided itself on the law applying equally to everybody. Was I wrong?
Yes.
Right?
No, it prides itself.
No, it
on
does
that,
pride itself on it. I know
but
it's
sounds like it sounds like Doug thinks it's okay for the man that is now the president of the United States to not apply the law equally to everybody, because once you get to a certain level, that just tell you everything you need to know about Donald Trump?
Yeah, no. Joking aside, no. Of course, that's our ideal here in the United States, but it's so painfully obvious that yeah, of course it doesn't work that way.
And there's one thing I wanted to correct. There's one thing I wanted to correct Doug on real quick, and one thing he said. When you first came into this live, you made it sound like that a lot of this stuff was okay back when this took place. Or
No, not a lot of this stuff. Specifically, the comment about his daughter, dude. Do not.
Yeah, yes, and I want to use that just for a second, sir. I want to remind you of something. I am 60 years old. Donald Trump is literally 19 years older than me. And I can tell you in my time through the 80s, 70s, and 80s, okay, not only would that have not been okay, he'd have been publicly crucified for that kind of statement in the 70s and 80s.
Well,
Not the 90s, though, because he would have
No.
been crucified if
Okay,
he
cool.
said it in the 90s.
Cool, Doug. Give us an example then of another person of Donald Trump's stature going on a different show and saying something similar about a member of their own family. Go.
I don't know, because obviously that's a topic. Like the guy is the biggest person in the world. He's the headliner. I don't know. Right?
He
Probably
wasn't the
other-
biggest. Right, that's bullshit, Doug. Donald Trump was
Other
not the
people on
biggest
Howard
person.
Stern show.
Donald Trump was not the biggest person in the world in the 1990s. Like the first time that Donald Trump, that I ever saw him in anything was in one of the Home Alone films, and I had no clue who he was. So no, he wasn't the biggest person in the world in the 1990s.
I knew who he was because they made fun of him on Sesame Street in the late 80s.
No, but if you're Erica, to answer your question, probably someone else on Howard Stern's show. Howard Stern, literally his claim to fame was saying
Cool,
controversial things.
So show it to us.
Let me show it to you as if I had that in my back pocket. Like
But
obviously,
you said,
not.
but
Come
you
on.
said that in the 1990s this happened all the time. So show us another example.
The Man Show. I gave you one example of the Man Show.
So what did they? When did they talk about? When did they talk about members of their family in that way?
No, but I'm giving you a example of the.
You
rapper
don't have
show.
to. You don't. Right. I remember the 1980s and the 1990s. I was there. In the 1990s, I was going to nightclubs and drinking the adult drinks. I was there. That was literally the period of time in which I entered into the grown-up world, right? I remember that men thought they could touch your butt in a nightclub and nothing would happen. But guess what? Grape was still illegal. SA was still illegal. The law has changed in small ways, but it is ostensibly very much the same as it was in the 1980s and the 1990s.
The reason I disagree is because you could not have a show like the Man Show today. It just would not work. You couldn't have commercials like
Sir, when
Girls
did the
Gone
Man
Wrong.
Show? When did the Man Show debut?
It was sometime in the 90s, right? Or early 2000s.
1999.
Exactly, 90s.
1999,
Still
sir.
the 90s.
What year did it finish, Val?
2003, probably.
So
Oh, so it's
that's
actually it's ostensibly a 2000 show,
2000 show,
did it?
not even a 90s show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I dated myself. Well, early 2000s.
Right. And also, did they advocate for sexual assault on the Man Show? Because I remember that show. Adam Carolla, Jimmy Kimmel. Did they advocate for sexual assault on that show?
No, they didn't advocate.
Awesome. It was just a bunch. Yeah, I know. I remember. It was a bunch of girls. I remember. It was tits and beer. It was crude. And yeah, they wouldn't put that on air now. And yeah, I mean, objectifying women is wrong and we shouldn't do it. But it wasn't glorifying sexual assault. It wasn't telling men, like, you can go and touch women inappropriately and that's okay. That shit wasn't happening. So stop, dude. So, like, let's just fucking leave it, okay? Stop with the Man Show bullshit. Okay?
The point I was trying to make
the
with
point
that
you were
is that
trying
it's
to make is
provocative era.
it doesn't matter.
He made provocative
It doesn't
statements in a
matter.
provocative
It doesn't.
era.
Dude, I want you to do what Erica asks you to do, okay? Or Val, now I forget who even asked you because you've obfuscated and pivoted enough. Show us one other person who made a provocative statement like that in any sort of way, who made their way into public or political life and wasn't excoriated for it. Go. One other person. Go.
I'd have to look it up, but
No. If you can't think of a single person off the top of your head, then the answer is we're right and you're wrong.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one. Family Feud, the guy who would inappropriately kiss the contestants.
Yeah, and that guy lost his fucking career. Didn't he?
I actually have no idea what happened.
Yeah, Richard Dawson. He lost his fucking
Dawson,
career.
yeah.
Yes, that guy lost his career over that. Didn't he? What did he do after Family Feud? There you go. That's what I thought.
But
He was held accountable for what he did.
In the past.
He didn't do something and people were just like, whatever. He did something wrong and he was held accountable.
Right, and I mean, I want to take that up. That goes all the way up to 2005, sir. And I'm going to tell you about the history of the Howard Stern show here. Howard Stern show debuted in 1982. Okay, and it ran from 1986. It ran from 86 to 2005 on standard radio. Now, he was on constant pressure, getting public hate for what he was doing and talking about on public radio, to the point that in 2005, he had to move the show to Sirius XM, and you had to pay for it.
Yeah, I remember that. All I'm saying is that, look, we're detracting from the point, and the point that I was trying to make,
No.
that it was a provocative era.
No,
and he made
No,
a
it
provocative
wasn't.
statement. He made a
No.
provocative statement during
Hang on.
that era.
Howard Stern never said anything like that. Even how the host of the show didn't make any. The guy who was the provocative shock jock, he didn't make any statements like that. And I just want to add,
He
it
provoked
wasn't
it.
only stop talking. It wasn't only on the Howard Stern show that he did it. He did something about Tiffany, who was a toddler at the time, on another TV show that was not a shock jock show. It has that there was, I will agree, the standard of what was allowed on the TV and on the radio in the 80s and 90s was very different to what is allowed now. But he talked about his toddler child. People are saying it was on The View. I mean, The View is not a TV show where people go on and say shocking things. Even if you're right about the Howard Stern show, what the hell?
Actually, radio and television back in the 80s and 90s, all the way up into the early 2000s, which was much more conservative than it is now.
Oh, it wasn't here. The 1990s
Yeah.
was a pit of despair as far as television was concerned.
Oh, I know there was a big difference between U.S. television, but you know why that is.
In the U.S., it was not. It was the most provocative era, in my opinion, was late
No,
90s, early
sir,
2000s.
please stop.
How old?
What?
Just out of interest, Doug. How old were you in the year 2000?
I don't know, 89, 2000, probably 12.
That's 11. That's 11. So,
Yeah.
do you really think that you, as an 11 or 12-year-old at the time, are the most qualified to talk about this, or do you think Val and Matt, who would have been, like in their
I was a senior in high school.
yeah, and Val was already a grandpa 3 times over. So
I was already out of
come
college.
No, poor Val.
I
Catching
was way
strays
out of
over here.
college. I am catching strays. It's okay. It ain't the first time.
it's called
Erica's
banter.
not the only one.
It's
Jim,
called
one of my best friends.
banter,
Yeah.
okay? Banter.
Jim, one of my best friends goes, yes, my older brother, my way, way, way older brother.
Fair point. Yeah, they probably have more knowledge, and they're probably.
It's not just knowledge, sir. I actually lived it.
I lived it too, dude. I was just.
No, you didn't.
No,
I was just
you were
younger than you.
You were an 11-year-old pretending you were asleep, watching a TV show with boobs on it. That's what you were.
Okay, but now I have the knowledge to look back and see it for what it was. Controversial, right?
It really, I mean, when you try to compare today to what we had in the 80s and 90s, you're lost. I'm just being honest. You're absolutely lost. As far as standard TV went, dude, we didn't have near those types. Now, cable television brought some things in, but as far as standard television was concerned, that did not happen. As far as standard broadcast radio was concerned, that did not happen. And so you also know, back when cable and radio like Sirius XM and those types of things came out, and cable, even if you had cable, you could not get provocative channels unless you paid for them.
Yeah, but Opie and Anthony, that's another example, right? That was pretty provocative for its time, right? And that was free right on the air. You didn't need to have a subscription or anything. That's another.
I tell you what, you would have
Oh, my
lost your
Lord.
mind if you'd been in this country and you watched Eurotrash on Channel
my
4.
God.
Like, you would have absolutely lost your mind.
Could you imagine him watching Naked News?
No, or what's the dating show called that's still on now? There's a dating show on here called Naked Attraction, where
Right.
everybody on the dating show is naked.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking nuts. I'm not gonna lie.
They've got the one where they move the door up and down.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's Naked Attraction.
I'm gonna tell you. Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you. The one thing I want you to take away from this is forget this bullshit about when was more provocative or anything. I want you to know one thing. I want you to know is that everybody knew who Donald Trump was, from a personality perspective. They knew what a shit human being he was. They knew that from 1984 to 1994, he lost $1 billion. They knew that he was somebody that you were not going to do business with, okay? And the proof of that, okay, the proof of what a shitty human being he was is right here. This is Sesame Street in 1988. Sesame Street. They were literally, nearly 40 years ago, they were literally like, this guy is a piece of shit. And he would destroy Sesame Street and raise it. Sorry.
I love that Joe Pesci. No, don't worry. I love that Joe Pesci was playing Ronald Grump.
It's literally that, and then they also did some other stuff where Oscar the Grouch builds Grump Tower out of trash and different things, like just really like driving the point home. Yeah, it's probably why he wants to go after PBS. 100%.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Isn't that why? Like, because Donald Trump, like, we all know that nobody likes punishing their enemies like Donald Trump. He's already talked about it so many times.
Exactly. But my point is it's just a drop in the bucket of everybody already knew who he was. It goes part and parcel with the comments about his daughter. It goes with him liking young women, cheating on his wives, paying off porn stars, etc., etc., etc. It's like we've known all of this about him for 40 years. None of this is new information. None of this should be shocking or surprising to anyone. But we talk to people like you, Doug, and it's like, oh, different time. Oh, well, but, it wasn't that big of a deal. Oh, well, it's just... What?
I only said that about the comments towards his daughter, man. I already established and I already agreed that this guy is not a morally, like, righteous person that we should be looking up to. I already admitted that, right? We don't look up to him.
Did you vote for him, Doug?
I did.
Okay. Have a little think. Have it go away.
But I don't vote for people based on their morals.
You
vote
should.
for them on. No, because
And
the
that,
morals
no,
and policy
I
are
can't.
different.
Matt, can you mod me on this account?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
If you can.
hold
No,
on.
that's all
Yeah.
right. You absolutely should. You should be looking at presidential candidates for their morals, not like if they've been divorced or whatever, but on the weight of the evidence against him. He's a shitty human.
Erica, can I give you an example of something that's morally wrong that you can still vote for them? Like, here's an example, right? Let's say there was a DRUG kingpin who was arrested and then released, right? If that kingpin, right, produced enough information to cut down human trafficking routes, cut down DRUG routes, right? Do all those things, right? Morally, you should not release him from prison for what he had done in the past, but still, he has provided enough information to benefit your country. So morally, is it wrong?
It's
Maybe,
wrong
but it still helps
vote.
overall.
It's wrong to vote for them. Yes.
No,
Yes, sir. Because morality, if somebody in their lifetime will break their morality once, history tells us that they will do it again. And when we talk about, especially the office of president of all things, morality would be one of the most important things to me for who runs for that office. Morality would be very key.
Well,
the problem is that
Val, hang on, Doug. Val, I think the key problem to that would be, would it not, if you put that person in as the president, they could continue and widen that network. They could continue that illegality and make it even worse with the powers that the president has.
Well, the other problem, Erica, and you're absolutely right in what you're saying, but the other problem is you okay the behavior?
This is wild. This is absolutely wild to me. And I can't remember who it was that said it, but one of the guys, I think he was a CNN guy, said she has what did he say? She has to be this while he can be this. I can't remember what it was. But the fact that you can say, oh, Kamala Harris laughed funny and like she just said some things that were a bit, and then you put her up against this guy and you think he's the good one to go for. Like, think about what that says about you, Doug.
No, what I think is that the whole process was messed up, right? If they had someone else come up, maybe it would have worked out better. Okay. But like, first of all, Kamala is not like the most likable person in the world.
Hang on, that's it.
That's your opinion.
He can be lawless and she has to be flawless. That's
a reality of it. Like, I'm not saying it's right, but like that's the reality of it.
Why is it the reality of it though? Why in your mind, what happened that you voted for the lawless guy?
First, he had already been president. Second of all, I think that, some of the this is going to crack open nut, but like, I also think that he was right about, when we talk about our deficit, right? Biggest drivers of it were things that he was going to cut down.
Please tell me you're not going to go down deficit and debt.
He's adding.
No, I'm going down.
He's adding. No, Doug, stop it. He is adding to the deficit as we speak.
I understand that, but at
you know what the number is?
At the expense of I know what the number is, but what I'm saying is he's doing a policy that you may not agree with.
What is it? What's the number he's added?
I don't know. I know it's high.
It's $3.1 trillion in 11 months.
Yes, to spur economic growth is his.
Hold on, sir. Has it spurred economic growth?
Not yet. It's a long-term thing.
No, sir. There is no long-term thing.
It is.
No, sir.
It is.
Hold on, sir. Let me explain to you spurring on economic growth, because this country's done it the same way for a very, very, very long time. Spurring economic growth, sir, happens actually, believe it or not, damn near fairly instantly. Okay, when you spur on economic growth through whatever means you choose, but the most common means in this country is by putting money back into the taxpayers' hands. Okay, and that money usually comes into terms of, like we had during C-19, in checks, right? Same thing we had in 08. Same thing, you know what I'm saying? Same thing we had in 09.
I disagree, because we found a new way to do it.
It's not. You can
The
disagree
Federal Reserve
all you
lowering
want.
the rates
Sir, you
spurs
can
economic growth.
disagree all you want.
No, I'm
But
just
there's
giving you a
only
way.
two ways. There's only two ways really to spur on the economy. One, put money back into the American public's hands, back into the middle class specifically, because the middle class will spend that money. Okay? So they put that money in circulation, and the impact on the economy is actually fairly instant.
Give me the other way.
The other way is by passing legislation that spurs on the economy. And that is done through passing bills. Let's use one, for example, that's fairly recent. And that would be the infrastructure bill. The infrastructure bill raised the stock market, put more people to work almost instantly, within months of its passage. And it was a fairly instant impact on our economy. That is how that works.
Let me give you a third way that you didn't mention. Lowering the interest rate. The Federal Reserve cutting the interest rates.
Sir, y'all keep wanting to go back to the interest rates. Unfortunately for you, there's a reason they had to go up. Okay? Why does the Fed raise interest rates?
No, I'm just giving you an example of how to spur the economy.
No, you can't.
That's
you can
another
spur
way.
the economy on that way, but it's actually a much slower process that way. I'm talking about fairly instant stuff. Now, so when we talk about interest rates, and you want to bring that up because it seems to be an argument y'all want to have, but there's only really one way, also historically in our economy, to get debt under control. And what is that?
You said one way to get our debt under control.
Mm-hmm. Historically, in our
Like,
country, what has been the one way we have been
sure.
able to get debt under control?
I don't know. Tell me.
Raising the interest rates. Okay, so when we have a problem where our economic inflation is going through the roof because of a supply chain issue, but you have to control debt, there's only one thing the Fed can do: raise interest rates. And sir, it's not the first time it's happened in this country. It's not even close. And not only that, the interest rates still never got to anywhere close to a high that they've been in this country in the last 40 years. Not even close. Sir, what was the interest rate on a car loan in the 80s and 90s?
I wasn't born for the. I have no idea.
Yeah, remember when I said it's important when you've lived it? Sir, my interest rate on my very first house was 19%.
Okay, 19% on what? Probably.
It doesn't matter what the
100,000?
amount was, it's still 19%.
Well, the interest rate matters because if the cost is low, then you can afford higher interest rates. If the
Sir, that
interest
was
rates
a
are high, then-
$90,000 home at the time in the 80s. But sir, see, y'all keep trying to use that figure on what amount? Sir, you take a $90,000 home in the 1990s with a 19% interest rate. What it would be today, just so you know, mathematically, is about a $290,000 home with a 19% interest rate.
Okay, that seems okay. That seems reasonable, I think.
What's the max that the interest rates got up to, sir?
Sorry, what?
What was the max housing rates got up to?
What now? Or
Yeah, in the past administration, when we went through the inflation and they had to raise the rate, what was the highest it got up to?
it was the past administration. I don't know during Obama. I know during.
Obama, it was low pretty much through his entire administration. But what was it? What was it? It got up. What was it? It got up to during the Biden administration?
8%.
Yeah, max. Literally half of what I paid for my first house.
Yeah, but the prices rose, so it
Sir,
was.
it doesn't matter.
But
The dollar was worth what the dollar was worth in 1980, and the dollar is worth what it is worth in 2023. It makes no difference.
And I dare say, Val, that in order to get that $90,000 mortgage, you probably were earning 25, 30,000 a year.
Closer to 50.
Oh, you went low.
No,
Okay.
well.
Yeah, because they would lend 2.5 times, actually, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, usually.
It was the standards were much stricter then.
Yeah.
Val, you've got a lot of knowledge in that area too, right?
I do.
Anyways, yeah. Well, cancel culture. Doug. I mean, not Doug. Sorry. We're gonna have to wrap things up because I'm gonna have to hop off here soon. So, but you can come back another time. But
Yeah,
we're
no,
gonna
I
wrap things up.
appreciate you having me up, and love listening to you, dude. All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Bye, Doug. Try to fix your mic, dude. I can't with that high pitched squealing. Holy shit. Erica, you should be modded now on this account. So, sorry that I had to force. Sorry that I had to make you follow me.
So you should be.
Yeah, clearly. There you are. Look at you with your mod powers. Friends, I've got to wrap things up. I've got a few errands to run here. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with us for a couple hours here on a Friday afternoon as we do our Friday afternoon stuff. Thank you for hanging out on the tube as well. If you haven't already, please go over and subscribe on the tube. I'm glad we actually did have some ops to talk to today. Make sure you're following our friends. Please follow our friend Val. Follow our friend Erica. This is Erica's backup account. Make sure you go through and follow Erica's main account if you're not already following Erica's main account. She's private, so it'll look like you didn't follow her, and then she'll accept you at some point after the fact. Make sure you're following my main account and my backup account. And if you want to offer any support to all three of us, you can find links in bios for all of us. Even Erica being international, since she doesn't have the blue or the green app, you can find a PP in hers. So
Please feel free to poke it. I just want to say I spent a good amount of time in the chat on YouTube, getting some engagement by making people hate me even more. And it was great fun. Thank you, people that hate me on YouTube.
Of course, we absolutely love it. And yes, somebody already said it in the chat. Let's raid. I do think that we should go raid. I think we should go raid Diava, mainly because I believe that's where you're gonna go find you might find our friend Val over there. So what do you think? Is that a good call?
There's a high probability.
What do you think, Eric? Is that okay with you too? Is that all right?
Yeah, I've just started eating some dinner because
like my mouth is full. So, guys, I am not 100% sure if Monday or Sunday night will be my next time on. There's a chance I might be able to do Sunday night. I'm not sure, but otherwise it'll be regular time on Monday. I'm hoping to have super chats up on the tube, so hope to make that happen. Last but not least, guys, I'm looking for a graphic designer to help me out with one or two things. I'd love to give someone here some work. So if that's you, if you're a graphic designer, reach out to me. Shoot me a message either here on TikTok, on Discord, however you'd like, or if you're on the tube, drop me a comment on the tube. I'd love to chat with you, and I'd love to talk about doing a couple of things, and not for free. I'd like to engage your services. Okay. So, anyways, I appreciate it, you guys. Let's go over to Diava. Let's give her the raid, because we want to help out our friends, and let's